So we are going to fucking start. Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Pubwatch episode 10. Yeah, we've been going on for 10 freaking weeks. Well, 11 weeks if you count last week where there was holidays, Onin wasn't here, and then we just didn't do an episode. But hey, we are here. My name is KOKOStern, and with me is Onin. Say hi, Onin.
Hi, Onin.
Hi, Onin.
And this week we're going to be looking at one of the teams that the EU people might not have heard of, although probably with the G League now everyone has heard of them.
Yeah.
It's Vici Gaming, the new upcoming Chinese team that came out of nowhere and is doing pretty decently.
Yeah, is it Vici or Vici? Vici Gaming. It's Vici, isn't it?
No, it's Vici.
Vici Gaming? Okay,
Yes.
Vici's Gaming. Yeah, I added an S. But they're really cute. We've seen them. They've actually, I think now with the tiebreaker that happened today, they've managed to go to the next stage, right?
Yep, they're third place in Group B in the G League, and they're going to go through.
Nobody thought that they would pull through. Nobody. And then they pulled up a 2-0 on Tongfu. And now they're through. Hell yeah. So, we've got a couple of games for you. And we should just freaking start with the first one. So, don't even 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to go right ahead to the game. As Tuskar tells us to prepare for battle. Man, I hate Tuskar. But that's beyond the point. I hate his voice. I hate his voice. And on the Dire team, we do have our friends from Vici Gaming. Viper is going to be, YXY is going to be Viper. We have CTY playing the Centaur. Where the hell is the Centaur? There you go. He's actually on a Smurf account, it seems. So we're pretty sure it's him. And we have a Doombringer who's going to go to the forest. And we have Sven, who is someone, you said, Onin?
Yeah, he's using the VG logo as his avatar thingy, but because his name is in Chinese letters, and apparently it means... What was it? Poor dwarfish dwarf. That's what Google Translate said. But he's probably some kind of staff member. He's at least not on the Dota team, but still.
Poor dwarfish dwarf playing Sven. And we have Enigma. And on the Radiant team, we have an Alchemist going to the bottom to farm his ass off. The Shrek going to support him. In the middle, we have an Invoker. How original. And Viper versus Invoker. I actually never see Viper played in professional teams and professional games. So I would like to see how Viper fares against an Invoker. I'm pretty sure Invoker will kick his ass unless he goes Quas. In which case, Viper will probably kick his ass. We'll see what happens. And at the top, we have Solo Kunkka. Wait, we're missing one person.
Yeah, Yellow hasn't picked yet, but he should be arriving sooner or later.
Mm-hmm. Well, Centaur found DD. And let's see if he can kill Kunkka with it, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, as soon as he goes top, you got a Sven, you've got a Centaur. They both got pretty decent length stuns with pretty high damage at the early game. They're both 100 damage at level 1.
And there we go. We see Centaur coming up. Zeus has just appeared. And I believe Centaur is just going to go with the creeps. So they're going to see him. And unless they don't look really. Sven is taking a lot of damage just attacking. And he went for the Zeus. Stun hits both of them. Zeus gonna drop first blood to Centaur. And Kunkka... One last hit. Double kill first blood for CTY. That was quick.
That was pretty much just as expected.
Yeah, the boys from VG Gaming doing pretty decent. I'm gonna call him VG Gaming, not Vici Gaming.
Yeah, that's fine. Everyone calls them VG.
No, VG Gaming. I'm adding an extra G for no reason.
Just that's stupid. Just call them VG.
Well, Viper and versus Invoker. Invoker is level 2, has a Cold Snap, so they're kind of both annoying to each other. And salve up on Viper. Invoker, very low, but Viper doesn't have vision. One last hit, can he make it? Is the poison going to be enough? Probably not. He wants one more. He's diving in, Cold Snap, one last hit will be enough, but Viper will pay for that. And
in the meantime, the Doombringer, who for some reason went to the bottom lane, has gotten picked up by a double stun from the Alchemist and the Leshrac, which he can't really do anything about, except for running his ass off.
yeah.
They're trying it again, but this time
Yeah,
that's not gonna...
too close to the tower range, so that's not going to happen. And Alchemist is really diving here, but he can't do much. Going Unstable Concoction and Grievel's Greed. So he's not...
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that the Doombringer is sitting here. Like you said, you'd expect him to go woods, since that's the safest way to farm up a Doombringer. But the only thing he did was eat a Centaur and then go bottom, while the Enigma is
Centaur's
farming
invisible at the top, stun up on Zeus, another stun by Sven, and Sven's gonna pick up that kill. Super easy. And yeah, like you said, a Doombringer should go forest, but there's an Enigma there, so I guess he just gave it to the Enigma.
I get why the Enigma isn't in the bottom lane. He's a much better offlaner than the Doombringer, who pretty much can do nothing but die.
Well, they're both pretty not amazing as an offlaners, but yeah, definitely Enigma will be better than the Doom. But Enigma is, you know, he's doing fine. He has his soul ring up and seems pretty content in the forest. He put up the last hits and denies. Obviously Enigma at the top, but that doesn't count. And Doombringer at the bottom manages to stun with the Centaur. He's actually going to pick off Alchemist. Beautiful. And the Shrek. Wow.
Damn.
Double kill for Doombringer at the bottom lane. Yeah, sit there and get a double kill. That's what you meant.
Yeah, I don't think that Enigma would have done just as well in the same situation. He'd probably just be dead by now.
Yeah, that's stun. I guess the first thing that he did was get that Ore Stomp at the beginning of the game and then go to the lane. But a stun, a very far away stun coming in from Alchemist, but it's enough. The Doombringer had no HP. And that just got him.
A little bit greedy.
Yeah, unfortunate. And at the middle, we look at last hits. Viper is actually doing pretty decent against that Invoker. Nobody's died yet mid. But they both got...
Yeah, he should do really fine, because the Invoker has gotten the Wax build, which means that Viper can easily outlast hit him with better base damage, a better attack animation, and much better harassment.
Yeah, and he's now level 5, I'm sorry, which means 0 cooldown on poison attacks. So Invoker pretty much can't do anything. Once he hits level 6, if Invoker overextends just a tiny bit, he's dead.
Well, Invoker's got Ghost Walk,
Well,
so he should be fine.
Yeah, at the top,
Even more action.
yeah, Centaur just, again, both
Don't
of them...
double edge him. Don't double edge him. You don't want to.
Oh, no, actually, not enough, and Sven
doesn't want
picks up the last hit.
Yeah. You waited just long enough to secure the kill rather than pray that it was good enough.
Yeah, an Invoker, like you said, but is the poison going to be enough? No, the Doombringer standing around is going to be enough with the Scorched Earth. And at the top, Kunkka managed to get Sven with just a Tidebringer. He wants Centaur, but Centaur is...
Probably gonna die.
Yeah, that Kunkka, what's he doing?
I'm really not sure what that was all about. Either he thought that the Zeus was not gonna be nearby, or he just wanted a fountain trip. Maybe that's all it is.
Well, Alchemist finally level 6. He's going unstable on Grievel's Greed. And he seems to be doing pretty damn fine. He's actually at the top of the chart if you look at Enigmas. It's forest creep, so it's a little bit different. And if we look directly at gold per minute, obviously, yeah. Alchemist is at the top with almost 400.
Which is pretty much what an alchemist has to do, otherwise he's pretty much not worth picking.
Yeah, he has to get a serious, substantial lead right from the get-go. Or pretty much similar to, you'd say, a Shadow Fiend, or he's just not going to be effective. And, well, he's having fun here, picking up the Grievel's Greed. You usually want to get Acid Spray Plus and Stable Concoction because of the insane damage bonus that you can do. It's such nuking potential. You can pretty much kill anyone with an additional stun, some help from a support. But, you know, you go for Grievel's Greed, you better get that farm.
Yeah, there's no one to kill in this lane anymore, because Doombringers had enough of getting stun locked by these two.
And then they're getting a double kill.
And then getting a double kill for himself. He's also sick of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Doombringer, he's kind of just running around doing stuff, but it's working really well for him. His gold per minute is pretty fine. He's already level 7. And Centaur is trying to go in top.
So far ahead.
Doombringer isn't joining him, so...
Yeah, but that's...
This is a bad idea.
Such
he realizes.
overextensions. Yeah, such overextension. Going through the tier 2 tower, I mean...
A really good body block by the Zeus to land the torrent.
Yeah, at the middle we do have Sven and Viper here trying to do something, and the Invoker and Zeus was here earlier trying to pick off Viper, but couldn't do it. And it's just a back and forward play here. And Viper now getting his bottle. Again, he's going to go for the illusion rune at the bottom. And let's see if Sven and Doombringer want to get go middle here. Yeah, they want Zeus. They actually stun both of them. Doom is going to go on Zeus. Going to die
And
very
he
quickly.
immediately dies anyway.
Yeah. And they want Kunkka. And it's
One
gonna
lucky
be enough.
crit.
Yeah, one lucky crit.
And a level death.
Yeah, Doombringer picking up the correct creeps every time, making good use of them, very good use of them. And he's not going for a Midas for some reason. I mean, he did go off lane, so he didn't think a Midas would be smart. And I guess he was right, though he's been doing really well. And at the middle, we have Invoker barely managing to stay alive, picking off Centaur. And I actually thought Centaur ulted to get Viper away, which definitely helped Viper get away. And now Viper wants Leshrac, but is going to pay for it with his life as Alchemist picks him off.
Which isn't really worth it, but at least the Viper has made one correct decision. You gotta do something about this Alchemist. At the very least, you gotta not leave him alone in... Oh, that black hole was not...
Yeah, that black hole was really sad. And Alchemist has his ult up. He does a lot of damage and regenerates a lot. So Enigma is very dead with the Leshrac coming up. And Zeus at the top, picking up Doombringer as well.
Yeah, this is some pretty sloppy play from the Dire. I mean, it's all good ideas, it's just very, very badly executed. You gotta not let this Alchemist alone, but if just being in the lane means you just die, then that's not a better alternative.
Yeah, and we do have Viper here ulting up the Alchemist. Finally, he has Chemical Ranger up again, so they're actually going to turn around and just kill him. He does attack very slowly. Is it going to be enough? Yes! Viper manages to get him. Leshrac can... And the Tornado manages to pick off Viper from Invoker. Enigma running for his life. Cold Snap was there. Is it going to be enough? One last hit. One last hit. Come on, he has a DD. Just hit him. That's it. He manages to run away with a beautiful juke. And he goes up. He has no TP scroll, so he's probably dead. Doom's chasing.
He's got his Doom up, he just has to find him.
Yeah, and...
It's just like Invoker had to find the Enigma.
Invoker, he's gonna get away. And we do have Zeus fighting off a Sven, a pissed off Sven here. Invoker turning it around, coming up to attack them. Stun up, and Sven picks up the last hit. Doom did manage to waste Doom, though.
Again.
Yeah, again.
This guy's really good at dooming targets who are gonna die literally 1 second later.
Buyback by Invoker. Stun hits both of them, and a beautiful, beautiful split earth. Doom falls to Leshrac. Both of them fell to Leshrac. And Doombringer buys back immediately. Why so many buybacks?
Because being dead is not fun.
It's a good enough reason for me. Yeah, we're 15-14 with lots of interchanging kills. And who comes up top? Actually, in the experience and the gold graphs, very, very similar, very close. Small advantage to the Radiant, and they do have one more kill, but no towers so far.
I'll tell you who comes on top. It's the Alchemist. He's up to 430 GPM right now, and once again, he's feeling really comfortable in his lane, because as soon as someone comes here, they die.
Yeah, and he's actually more than 100 away from Doombringer on the other side. And Doombringer, again, did not go for a Midas. He does have Devourer, so he's still Doombringer, he's still going to farm a lot, but no Midas. And he picks up a Morbid Mask, so he's going to complete a Vladimir's pretty soon. And Enigma still just with Boots and Soul Ring. And we're going to see if that's going to hit. That's going to hit as well, and the Split Earth is going to take it. But Viper is here as well, ulting up on Leshrac. Leshrac drops very, very quickly. Do they want more? The Kunkka ship, he hits both of them, but there's no follow-up.
So, pretty well set up kill, considering they were actually, I think it was an active bait. I mean, 3 people hanging out in the fog right there, and none of them actually reacting fast enough to save the Enigma, but yeah, with so much burst damage, what can you do really?
And Sven picks off an invisibility rune, so that's going to be a kill pretty soon, I'm assuming. And Alchemist is just simply alone in his lane. He's going for a Battle Fury, it seems, which is an interesting build on Alchemist. You usually don't see this, but maybe he wants even more farm.
I think he especially wants the split push, which then gonna do kind of like an anti-mage,
They're
just
going-
be in the lane where no one else is.
Going for Sven here, but he does have an invisibility rune, and that's about it. And yeah, Enigma going to the bottom lane to stave off Alchemist. He is 400 away from a Battle Fury, a 13-minute Battle Fury, along with his phase boots. So it's going to be very close.
That's pretty much an Alchemist in terms of time, or an anti-mage in terms of Battle Fury timing.
Yeah, and Alchemist stun off. He might be able to kill him up by himself. Sure seems like it. Yeah, doesn't even need the help from the Shrek and Zeus coming up.
But Dire did get a trade for that. The top tower is finally down, so any kind of ganks or something that happens in that region is going to be more in their favor.
Yeah,
At this point, map control is going to be really important for both teams, and seeing as that was the very first tower in the game, these towers are going to make a pretty big difference.
yeah, and Centaur turning around here with his ultimate, but it's not going to be enough to make it. Viper can't even land one poison attack. Invoker's pretty fast with those Wex. And at the bottom, it seems like the tower is going to go down here. We do have an interesting build from Leshrac. We have 3 Splitter, 3 Diabolic Edict, and 2 Lightning Storm.
That guy really can't make up his mind.
Yeah. And Alchemist picks off the last hit, obviously. And he does have his Battle Fury by now. And another 700 to top that off.
Yeah, which means that this guy is gonna farm like crazy.
Yeah, I said Vladimir's. I was mistaken. Doombringer went for Mask of Madness.
That is certainly interesting.
Yeah, that's, okay. That's a weird thing to go as a Doombringer. I mean, I guess it works, kind of, especially if he has a crit. It's pretty nice, but it's not amazing. And Viper very quickly picked off here. Wondering...
What was he even doing there?
Yeah, I have no idea. He was at the other side of the... he was checking Roche, and then I looked at Doombringer, and then he died. And Kunkka is going to die here. Again, wow. A black hole just to get Kunkka. Well, it worked, I guess, so it's worth it.
Yeah, the early black holes, it's always worth it just to use on one person if it guarantees a kill. Although, they had him trapped in there, so whether that was really worth it. I guess maybe he could have turned around to kill the Enigma if he wasn't careful. But hey, early black holes aren't all that important. They only get important during the mid and late game. So it's fine.
Yeah, and if we look at the other other heroes that are kind of item dependent, Sven doesn't have an amazing farm. He doesn't actually have anything other than his power treads. So no BKB or Mask of Madness coming in.
Yeah, this Sven isn't trying to be a carry Sven. He's left most of the farm on the lane off to the Centaur, so he's just going to be a support Sven with getting a little bit of damage, but mostly just being there for stun and Warcry. Which is, of course, going to be really useful when this Alchemist is getting so much farm.
He is... The failboat misses, and actually he's on the run from 4. Centaur, is it going to be enough? No, he should have just went to the bottom a little bit, and he would have evaded that. But Viper is getting caught off by 4 again. Another hero. And the Torrent misses. He's too fast for them with those phase boots. Centaur is going to be the next target to be caught by the 4. Seems like it. Stuns up and tries to run away. Viper actually went back in with a DD, but he's going to drop very quickly. What are they doing? It's 4v1, 4v1, 4v1. And at the top...
I have no idea.
Wow.
All I know is that the Doombringer actually managed to kill the Alchemist.
Well, I guess he got a couple of lucky crits with those Mask of Madness. And he does have almost 3k. Wow.
What makes sense about the Mask of Madness, I'm not sure if I really like it, but what makes sense about it is if you just find 1v1 Doom targets, then with a Mask of Madness, your Scorched Earth and Phase Boots, you have some pretty amazing chasing power, and couple that with the Wolf Aura and the crits, you can pretty easily kill someone in a Doom before they're able to run away from you.
Yeah, when you think about it, it makes him not terrible early mid-game. I mean, with just a Mask of Madness and Phase Boots.
Yeah, he is still really squishy, so when it comes to team fights, he probably won't be able to do all that much. He would pretty much have to dodge every single stun in order to survive.
He has a Shadow Blade.
Yeah, he picks up a Shadow Blade, which, again, it really emphasizes he wants to just go find pickoffs instead of fighting team fights.
Yeah, and Invoker just being annoying, stealing their mana and going invisible. But hey, Centaur is here. Ult is up in 10 seconds, though it's kind of late. But Zeus decides to go to the left. Huh. And Kunkka is here as well. One stun slow, and Kunkka ship hits Centaur. He drops very quickly. Zeus ult doing so much damage to everyone. Sven stunning 3 heroes and running away for his life. Slark did fall to Viper's ult. And we have Centaur buying back.
This is what you do. He's got his ultimate up, so he really wants to turn this around and get some stragglers. And this Kunkka is invisible.
Yeah, and they're gonna miss him.
So instead, they're gonna go for the Zeus, who is in a really shitty position right now. And Doombringer does it again.
And no! Beautiful! Almost! So close, so close. He tried a TP, and Invoker helped with that tornado, but it wasn't enough. And yeah, Doombringer managed to kill someone, you said?
He managed to kill the Alchemist in the exact same way. Just Doom, Mask of Madness, chase him around and kill him. It's too easy at this point. But the odd thing is, well, I guess it's not that odd. The Alchemist doesn't really care. He's still out farming this Doombringer, no matter how much is being ganked by him. Because he's an Alchemist, and he gets so much bonus gold from kills.
Yeah, he does have his Battle Fury, so it's easy for him, and he's going for a Shadow Amulet. So he wants a Shadow Blade as well. The stun will hit, and the Taunt will hit as well on the Centaur, but he stuns a second before Kunkka manages to hit him. And we do have Viper running away here. Kunkka, one last hit's going to be enough. And Centaur can't really do much.
It's really interesting, really, because at this point it seems like both teams are playing kind of a four on one side, one on the other side kind of game. The Alchemist is never joining fights, and the Doombringer doesn't want to join fights. And the 4v4 is trading pretty equally, and the Doombringer is constantly killing the Alchemist. Yet it seems like the Alchemist is winning anyway because he's an Alchemist.
Yeah. So it really does seem like 4v4 and 1v1.
Yeah, there the Doombringer TP stop. His Doom is almost off cooldown, so Alchemist just has to run away.
Yeah, and Alchemist picks up a Shadow Blade, which is kind of weird, especially that once he gets doomed, he can't use it. So
it's not that weird, because since, you know, when you get doomed, you're pretty much screwed anyway. But
let's see if
yeah, now he can be on the offensive.
Managed to kill Doombringer very quickly with the help of Zeus' ultimate. And that's it. They want to pick up Enigma as well. The stun is going to hit, and he drops as well. Oh, very good.
Oh, and suddenly the Radiant is winning both the 4v4 and the
1v1. Yeah, and the Centaur just comes up there, Slark, very easily for him. Has his Blink Dagger, jumps in, stuns, and just kills him with his ult. And he wants Zeus as well. Doesn't have a lot of mana.
He's got no mana.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have a stick. Even against the Zeus, that's a pretty good thing to take.
Yeah, and Viper bolts up on Invoker. He doesn't have enough. He's on cooldown and he can't go invisible. Kunkka's here with a great boat. Viper does manage to pick off Invoker, and Kunkka's invisible. Can't do much, can't do much.
Yep. Kunkka seems to be going for Crystals. I don't really like this build anymore since they've recently changed the way crits work together. Like Shadowblade and Daedalus won't stack anymore, so you won't get...
Yeah, I'm sorry, continue. I was just saying goodbye to Viper.
Yep. So as I said, you won't get the Shadowblade and the Daedalus crit to stack together and get some insane team-wiping crits off. So I think it would be better for him to just keep that Shadowblade, that reliable AoE burst for the Tidebringer, and try to tank up, because There's a lot of stuns and lockdown and nukes on the Dire team, but there's not a lot of right-click damage. It's pretty much just the Doombringer, and he's pretty squishy. So, if your team just doesn't die, then you're gonna win with ease.
Yeah, that's true. And they jumping in, the dust is there. And the stun, beautiful stun by Slark, getting both of them, but it's not going to be enough. The torrent is going to hit only Sven, and they're running away. Sven picked off by Zeus Ultimate, and Centaur is going to drop to Alchemist very easily. That was just a very nice turnaround. Beautiful split earth from this Slark all game long.
Yeah, it was especially significant because this Centaur couldn't even get in a position to hit anyone with his stuns. So he was pretty much just running around, wondering what to do, and finally dying.
Yeah, and Enigma's picked off at the top here. They actually missed a couple of things, but he just kept standing there until they came up to him. He is working on his BKB, though he is rather far away and he's 1,000 more gold to get it. And Invisible Alchemist, Viper. Nope, he's gonna get caught, and he's gonna drop. It seems like the Radiant team, with their roaming power now, is really scary. And Alchemist picking up a Reaver and already has a heart recipe. So I don't think Doombringer is gonna get him very easily. And Doombringer now with 3.2k, so it remains to be seen what he's gonna get. Definitely Alchemist, though, much stronger than him as a late game carry.
Yeah, and it's also clear that the Doombringer, his item build, is kind of intended not to teamfight that much, because he's so squishy and because it's mainly focused on ganking. Whereas the Alchemist, his item build works great for teamfights just as well. I mean, Shadowblade is nice for ganking or nice for escaping, but it's also great to just guarantee hitting a really good and stable concoction, because no one can stun you just before it goes off.
Yeah, and he can easily pick off people.
Sven.
Yeah, he can kill off Sven before he manages to do anything. He's Alchemist. That's the power of Alchemist. He's so strong with the Shadow Blade. He can really, very easily pick off solo kills, and he's just doing it every time. Chemical Rage and Shadow Blade go off cooldown.
Yeah, and sure, the Doombringer can probably do the same, but he needs Doom for it, and that's 110 seconds cooldown. And I don't think he's even done it in the past few minutes. He's got one pick off on Zeus earlier, and that's pretty much all he got.
Yeah, with his 4k, he just picks off a BKB.
Which is obviously really vital with all the nukes and disables and stuff on the Radiant team as well.
Yeah, and it makes him a little bit more tanky, and Alchemist can't pick him off by himself, just like that. Doombringer, let's see. He does want to go for Alchemist. We do have Kunkka is going to die here, with Viper coming in as well. But let's see if Doombringer, Alchemist does have a heart. So I doubt he can kill him alone, but he does have support coming in. Oh, unfortunate Centaur, bad blink.
Yeah, that was also not a very good initiate by the Doombringer. For some reason, he didn't use Scorched Earth as soon as he doomed. So he doomed from a little bit of range without using his Shadow Blade bonus damage. And then he didn't use all of his movement speed, so he wasn't able to chase as much. There's also the fact that Alchemist now has his level 3 ultimate, which I think he didn't have before. And that extra 20 movement speed makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, but even if you managed to chase him properly, still, he couldn't kill Alchemist with that heart. And they're all here now. For some reason, they're not going for Alchemist.
The Centaur doesn't have mana, he can't follow up any stuns.
Oh, and now the stun going on everybody. Alchemist versus the world. And he's winning. He almost won. Slark was there. BKB now on Doombringer, so he's not afraid of Slark at all. And Slark is going to fall. Invoker trying to pick off Viper, manages to do so with the help of Zeus. Enigma falls as well. And that's about it. It's going to be 2 for 2. But definitely towards the Dire here, because Alchemist is a pretty big pickoff.
Well, you can call it towards the Dire, but
towards the Dire.
Working so hard to get a pickoff on the Alchemist, and then just getting cleaned up by just a few of the other heroes running in, and
Alchemist picks off Centaur. So easy, so easy.
This game is hardly going in the Dire's favor. Anything here is hardly going in their favor. It's just so easy to turn around on them right now.
Another tarot for Alchemist, and he does have what's coming in for him. No, nothing is. Oh, he did buy back, so doesn't have a lot of money. And Sven, like you said, he's a support. He's not picking up anything useful. He has a gem, and that's about it. So we're not going to see some amazing turnaround.
I'm more looking at the Viper as an additional carry together with the Doombringer. And all he's got is also a Shadow Blade, which I don't think he's achieved much with. And that means that the Radiant have an Alchemist who is tanky as fuck, whereas the Dire have a Doombringer who's pretty squishy because of this Mask of Madness, and the Viper is pretty squishy because he has 0 health.
And Doom manages to pick off Zeus with his BKB and the entire combo. But that's about it.
Yeah, but it doesn't really mean too much.
Yeah, Sven has a visibility rune, so he's going to scout ahead. There is no gem on the Radiant side, if I'm not wrong. No, there is no gem. But, yeah, I doubt what the Dire can do here. If they manage to make a couple of successful pickoffs, like Viper just got the Shrag, then they might be able to turn this around if they manage to kill Alchemist and have him dead. But he's kills Enigma in a stun and 3 hits. And he's almost back to 2000 again.
Yep. And we just saw in that 5-man gank that was attempted on earlier how much damage he does with all of them trying to kill him. But just imagine there being 1 or 2 additional Radiant heroes. That's easily going to be a team wipe.
That's pretty sad.
They're not tanky enough.
Yeah, definitely. Zeus up with 1000 HP, barely. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong team. But yeah, I wanted to say about the Radiant, they're all squishy. They're pretty damn squishy. Zeus and Leshrac.
Yeah, they're pretty squishy.
And they're picking them off. They are picking them off very easily. Viper and Doombringer.
But only 1v1. As soon as it comes to a team fight, there's just...
Yeah.
There's a really fat Alchemist in the front and everyone else is in the back. Really hard to reach.
That's true, but they have managed to pick them off a couple of times here and there. Both Zeus and Leshrac just keeps on dying to stray Doombringer and Vipers. It has happened multiple times during this game, and Viper actually does a very nice amount of damage. He can pick off the Kunkka as well, obviously not the Alchemist. But he does get picked off here, and Kunkka dies as well. Doombringer just going for that Invoker. And another fail black hole from Enigma.
Yep, that was on absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And what I want to try to convey is that the Dire team, if they manage to pick off the Shrek and Zeus, which is a lot of damage coming from both of them, and ignoring Alchemist, because they have to ignore Alchemist at this point because he's so big. If someone's so big, you ignore him and kill everybody else. And when everybody else is dead, and they can do it pretty efficiently, then you focus the Alchemist. And it's possible with Leshrac and Zeus being so light, so squishy.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too difficult to pick them off, especially with a good blink in from the Centaur and maybe actually a black hole from the Enigma, but even if you spend a lot of resources killing off all of the supports, then you still gotta kill the Alchemist, because otherwise he's just either gonna kill you right back, or he's gonna ignore you and start hitting your towers.
Yeah, which is just what he did. And Doombringer picks off a Basher, which is definitely going to help against the Alchemist. But he doesn't have, I mean, other than Mask of Madness, he doesn't have any... And I did hear a Sunstrike up on Sven, but it missed by just a bit. So sad.
This guy really doesn't want to die. He has the gem, which may be one of their few routes back into this game, just having superior map vision. But for that you need wards, and they don't have any wards either.
Yeah, and Alchemist, now everybody's going for Alchemist, and these are the 3, the Kunkka's there as well, so Doombringer focuses him, but look at how much damage Viper can do to the Alchemist. And Doombringer did pick off Kunkka, but look at Alchemist. He almost died to just Viper hitting him. And Zeus is definitely...
Not just Viper though.
Yeah, it wasn't just Viper.
All of the Eidolons doing a lot of damage to him.
Yeah, but it's... I'm just saying it's possible here, but... it doesn't seem too likely. See, Doombringer, Alchemist has to run away here.
Mostly because his ultimate is on cooldown now.
Yeah. But Viper gets very, very scary, especially when you start losing... When you go past a certain point of HP, he does more and more damage with Nether Toxin. And he is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I guess then the main problem that the Dire has is just coordinating those team fights, getting those kills as fast as possible, and not wasting time, not hitting, not comboing stuns properly, not picking off targets, people getting force staffed around by the Zeus.
Well, it remains to be seen, I guess. Well, Doombringer, if Doombringer and Alchemist go off in a 1v1, obviously Alchemist is going to win. But if Viper is there to attack on the Alchemist, then it's a very different story. The question is what do they focus? And the Doombringer is, I think, doing the correct thing and focusing everybody other than Alchemist. If anybody else is there, he's going to attack him. And I think that's the correct thing, because Alchemist, yeah, he's very scary and very big, but it's going to take so long to take him down. You have to kill everything else beforehand. And
yeah, that's true. There's only one thing that Doombringer does that I don't really agree with, which is that he also focuses the guy that he dooms. The great thing about his ultimate is that you can just
Ignore
use
that guy.
someone, and then for the next 15 seconds they're absolutely useless while you kill everyone else. That's kind of the idea behind that spell.
And now we do see Abyssal up on Doombringer, so his damage is going to really spike up, especially if he crits. But Alchemist does exactly the big problem here, does pick up his Aegis, so even if you kill him, he's going to come back. But that's the thing, it's not that, I mean, if they do the correct thing and ignore him, it's going to be fine, because if everybody's dead, then you kill Alchemist once, you'll be able to kill him again if everyone's there. And let's see, the big push comes up. Centaur kind of doesn't do it correctly. And finally a black hole that gets, well, just two of them, I guess. And Alchemist is destroying everyone. Doombringer, like you said, going on Invoker.
And even used Pistol Blade on him, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
And there you go, he doesn't have anything else.
That pretty much spells it out. Viper can't do much, and that's
that was the sloppiest engagement possible. Centaur just running in front of places.
yeah.
I think he didn't even get most of his spells off. Zeus Stomp and Double Edge are still off cooldown.
Well, Alchemist does have full items now if you include the Aegis, and well, you can't kill him. You just can't really kill him.
You can probably kill him, but only 5v1, and that's not something the Radiant's gonna allow anytime soon.
Yeah, Viper now picking up a Yasha, but it's just not going to be enough. Doombringer, even with that Abyssal, he's just not focusing on the correct heroes, like you said. And Viper coming in to die 1v4, I mean...
He's just trying to delay them to save their final racks, because 2 racks down, it's still possible. 3 racks down, game's over.
Pretty much.
And it seems to be working, because that's the 3rd kill, and there goes the 4th kill, and now it's only Alchemist left.
Yeah, and everybody against him, so let's see if he still has... No,
All the Doombringers there.
There's a gem on someone. On Viper there's a gem, so they do see him, and he falls. Okay, just have to kill him one more time. And
Yeah,
he doesn't
that's-
have rage for another 5 seconds. So just kill him. Kill him. Kills off. There's no gem. There's no gem. There is a gem now. Centaur picks it up. Alchemist is just so scary. He does ult up, and they can't kill him. And now he's regenerating 150 HP per second, and he buys up a Sacred Relic.
Of course, the Doombringer wasn't there, so if they had him there, then certainly the guy would have died twice over with ease. And now the Invoker runs into a Doom.
Yeah, but Alchemist is gonna obliterate that Doombringer.
But again, he is focusing that Invoker, and it just doesn't help him.
Yeah. And Alchemist now has a Sacred Relic, and now he has a Divine Rapier. So see, now the game can change, because if they kill Alchemist and pick up that DR, they can still win.
Definitely.
That's what
you
I
can
like.
always still win by picking up your enemy's Divine Rapier. Good luck with that, though.
Yeah, he's...
Especially when you're pretty much 2v1, because everyone else is dead. Now you're up against Mega Creeps.
Yeah, this is over. This is very, very over. Dagon are just gonna run away. Hitting the creeps. And Alchemist wastes no time.
Yep, he doesn't care. He knows that maybe there's a slight chance that Doombringer might be able to outdamage him if he gets some lucky bashes. So instead, let's just win the game.
Viper trying to run away, and yeah, you should use a glyph. That'll help. That won't just stall the game for another 5 minutes. Centaur coming in here with his ultimate and a stun, almost dying. Doombringer.
How badly they want that rapier.
Go Doombringer. That he dies as well. And that's yeah, that's game 1. And let's see, 850 gold per minute for that alchemist. That's gonna be the end result. So we saw an alchemist destroying everything, being alchemist pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And I guess our boys
from the VG.
from Vici Gaming could not topple that. Oh well. Well, the second game that we have for you today that's loading up right now is also pretty interesting. It's pretty fun, I'd have to say. That's what I think, at least. And as we load this up, and we reach 2 minutes, just a second. There we go. I am in 2 minutes, Onin.
I am as well.
So 3, 2, 1, play. And we're going to switch to the game. So on the Radiant team, we have Keeper of the Light and VG Xiao 7. Not Xiao 8, Xiao 7. I have no idea who this is.
Judging by her avatar, she's female. So
She's
we're not sure whose girlfriend she is, but she is someone's girlfriend. By the rules of Pubwatch.
Oh god, that's so sad. Yeah, we have a girlfriend of someone. And VG SYDM, going Batrider in the middle. And we have XTT as a Slark. I promised Slarks today, and we do have Slarks. And he's going to be coupled with an Ursa. So the bottom lane is going to be farm-tastic. And they're going to go up against the Windrunner off lane. Ancient Apparition going mid? What? Okay, that's... Ancient Apparition going mid, I guess. Or maybe an SK going mid. And at the top we'll have an Earthshaker and a Drow Ranger farming up.
Yep. Now, look at these lineups and tell me who's going to win right now.
Well, the Dire team have a really nice team.
Yep. The Dire team have really good lanes. They've got a really nasty tri-lane with a Drow Ranger and double stunners. They've got a good offlaner. And they've got a pretty decent mid who also adds some really nice team fight potential.
Once he's 6, yeah, definitely. That's the only reason to put AA in the middle, to get 6 really quickly.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, the Radiant team has a dual melee bottom, Batrider mid, which is the very best mid solo in the game, so that's pretty good. And a poor Morgana, who didn't skill leap.
Bye!
And is dead.
2 Drow Ranger, nice.
And a point well
Yep.
taken.
I guess you didn't expect there to be a tri-lane, since the pub and all, but even then, when you're going on the off lane, getting leap first is just so much safer.
And I don't know why people say that, you know? I see a lot of tri-lanes in pubs, and it's not that my pubs are that high levels of skill, but I still see a lot of tri-lanes in pubs.
Mostly it's because tri-lanes aren't all that fun to play or to play against, and you expect people to play for fun in pubs. But yeah, I don't know.
If you say so.
Of course, that first blood for Drow Ranger is actually very significant, because she's got a little bit of an eco build. She hasn't invested all of her money. And now she's already got a Gloves of Haste, and she's only 900 gold away from Midas at 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice, I'd say, indeed. And Sanking, we see him roaming to the bottom lane. Not sure what he can really do here with the Windrunner level 1. But there might be just a switch to... No, I have no idea. He's roaming, I guess. Because Windrunner solo offlane makes sense.
Well, it makes sense to put a dual lane here right now, because only a Slark and an Ursa aren't very likely to get kills, and if you have a Sand King Windrunner line here,
Yeah.
then you're probably the one who's gonna get kills.
Miranda almost dying at the top again, just one last hit, but they couldn't actually pick her off. And actually, it's really smart to put Sand King there because they're both melee, and you just use Caustic Finale, and they're gonna stay very, very far away unless he takes Sandstorm.
I guess he just wants to be defensive, because there is a chance that this... Ooh, that was a really nice bounce.
Yeah, but the stun and... There you go. Can't do much. That was a nice bounce, but Windrunner played very, very well, was calm, waited with that Windrun, and did it at the correct time. She did not panic and immediately press Windrun, because then she would be very, very dead. She waited with it and used it at the correct time, which saves her. And
Yep,
we do see...
dodges a bullet.
Yeah, Keeper of the Light actually going to the top to help out Xiao 7.
Oh, and
Yeah, the
Sand
middle...
just got into mid with a haste rune, but he's not gonna die for it.
Yeah, not enough.
And the ancient apparition was not in the position for that, so lapse in communication could have easily gotten the kill there, but it's too bad.
Yeah, Slark wants to pounce up, but... He wanted to catch, he really wanted to catch SK, but that didn't happen. SK's now... Clarity Potion Flask gonna be back up. And the stun from Earthshaker. Can see him trying up at the top lane. But with the help of Keeper, it's not gonna be easy anymore at the top.
Yep, it's a lot harder to get into, to get your ganks going when there's suddenly a 200 damage Illuminate from nowhere. Kind of like this.
Yep. And we do see Batrider not going to see the rune here. It's actually at the bottom. It's invisibility and it's going for SK, so they might manage to put something up. Slark is just level 3 now, and he becomes kind of unkillable. Oh, well, not unkillable, but has full HP if you meet him on level 6. So actually he's now using a flask, so it's not going to be easy to kill. And the SK decides to go to the mid lane. Stun up. It is going to work. It
Yep,
is
this
enough.
time some proper communicate. But
Yeah,
there's a Slark.
There's a Slark. And Ancient Apparition. Sand King chooses to use Sandstorm instead of waiting for the stun.
In the middle of a fire.
It's
a 1 HP.
No, that's not enough. There we go. The Batrider.
1
That was
HP, but the Flame Break was still there.
questionable play by the SK here. He could have just waited for the stun and then saved AA and himself, but then he decided to just stand there and take the heat. So to
I guess he
speak.
realized that if he didn't go invisible, they probably would have picked him off first, because he would have been able to save him, and then gotten the ancient apparition afterwards. But yeah, being invisible doesn't save you from fire, so didn't help all that much.
That's something to remember. Being invisible doesn't save you from fire, guys. Remember that.
I'll be sure to remember that.
And if we look at the gold per minute, we do see Drow Ranger at the top, having fun here. Just now has enough for Midas. Though she's taking a lot of damage here at the top lane, but she does have enough for
There's
Midas.
a Batrider coming here. Earthshaker sees her, but she's already too far back. You can easily catch her. No boots.
Yeah, no boots, and she...
And no life.
Buy it, buy the Midas, buy the Midas! Buy the
Buy
Midas! Or turn
She
around.
doesn't.
Or turn around and kill him. No, he doesn't buy it in time. Earthshaker drops as well, and SK is gonna run here. They can't
Firefly
actually...
gone out, so they can't chase him any. Oh, but Slark
Slark
wants
is
it.
here, level 6, counts, easy peasy. One last hit from Mirana. No, the stick charges are there. Is he gonna make it up? No, Slark with one last hit. And
You can
Earthshaker's
easily
back.
get this guy as well.
Yeah. But Earthshaker managed to pick off Mirana. She had very low HP. And Ancient Apparition picks off Keeper. And Drow is here back as well. Slark once more. Goes invisible, but he's in tower range, but just manages to run away. Ancient Apparition with an ultimate picks off Batrider. So this was a mix for both of them. Slark pounces to safety.
Yeah. Pretty sure the ultimate actually picked off Keeper of the Light, and he just TP'd in to get the last hits on the Batrider. But yeah, the mid solo Ancient Apparition helping out with the top ganks. And the sad Drow Ranger still not having a Midas now, although she's only one last hit away from it now again.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah, I also actually saw people doing this, picking off Gloves of Haste very early and not getting the Midas, which is weird. So I hope she does get it now.
Yep, she does.
And Windrunner fighting off an Ursa. Windrun is useful. And if she has Power Shot, no, she's gonna miss. But if she would have hit that Power Shot, he would be dead. That was very close. This Windrunner playing very cautiously, knowing what she's doing, waiting for that, what's the skill called? Overpower. Waiting for Overpower to use her Windrun so that he'll miss all of those hits.
Yep, that's the best way you can do it.
Yeah, and at the top lane, we see 4 Radiant heroes here. They're pressuring the tower. Very easy for them to do. Waiting for someone to come along so they can kill him with Batrider and Slark here. Very easy pickoffs.
Well, pretty much they want the draw range here, but she's decided to go into the jungle because her Midas is done. She wants to use that. It's kind of sad that she didn't buy that first because now it's already 2 minutes later and that's one use of a Midas. But shit happens.
Well, bye-bye, Earthshaker. Unless you manage to stun. And another stun, but it's not going to be enough. And he does drop.
To the Batrider, what a kill stealer.
And Mirana actually picks off the tower. And at the bottom lane, the Dire do pretty much the same, just with 3 heroes here. They want to pick off Ursa. The question is, can they do this? They do have lots of setup stuns to follow up with additional Windrunner and the Frostbite, so...
And he runs right into them.
Yeah.
But they run back.
No, they wait patiently. Power shot.
Yeah, there he goes.
And he drops the Ancient Apparition. They're playing very patiently. Very nice.
Yeah, I guess the Sand King was afraid that maybe there would be someone else behind him. But then he thought, so what if there is? We'll just kill the Ursa and then they can't do anything either. Which is, of course, always a good thing to do,
yeah.
Killing people.
And the Sand King, no boots yet, just has a smoke. And he's level 4, so there's not much there. He has been roaming the entire game.
Yeah, he's only got 1 last hit, which in fact is less than the Earthshaker, who's got 3 last hits and 1 deny.
Yeah, and Slark is creeping up the jungle, but he's pretty much alone. Hasted Ancient Apparition going on the Batrider. And the ultimate is still misses just barely. He does use the stick magic wand. Is he gonna get it? Well, easily with the Sand King there. And Ancient Apparition gets the last hit. Slark is invisible. He does one of the pounce worked. Ancient Apparition is still hasted. Can they get him pounce? He bounces to safety. Though Mirana comes in against 4 heroes is not smart. Slark comes back in and Batrider bought back. And he's there. Ancient Apparition. He doesn't use his ult yet. He doesn't have his ult actually. And a beautiful shackle by Windrunner. Is gonna save Earthshaker? No, probably not. Slark did pick off Sand King, and Earthshaker can't turn around to stun as Slark picks him off.
That sticky napalm, it's so horrible.
Yeah, you can't turn around, man. We do have a disconnect from Ursa, but he should be back soon.
And while he's not, he's gathering up the automatic gold per second. Which is totally also farming.
Yeah, you can consider it farming, definitely. But nobody's really doing amazing here. Gold per minute, we do see Slark and Batrider actually doing much better than her Drow so far. She does pretty much have just boosts, and she's very slowly farming the creeps. She doesn't have any form of lifesteal, and she's just level 8. But she does have a Midas, I guess. An 8-minute Midas is really the last minute where you can decently get it and say that it's pretty good.
No, I wouldn't say I would go that far. I mean, getting Midas these days with the, well, not so recent by now buff, it's pretty much worth it until the 10-minute mark, or maybe even later, depending on the hero. It's just such a huge difference.
Well, most people like the 8-minute mark is at the 8 or the 10-minute mark as the last.
Most people are still in the past before this thing got buffed. So, yeah. I mean, most people just think about it as a thing that costs gold and then gets you more gold. And so they only pay attention to how long do I have to keep this Midas around before it's paid for itself and it can become a profit. But the most important thing about the Midas isn't the extra gold, it's the extra experience. Because just being 2 levels ahead of everyone else because you have a Midas is a really, really significant advantage.
Bat Rider getting very, very nicely picked off here by Ancient Apparition and Windrunner at the bottom lane. Yeah, the Midas, just in case you don't know, 2.5 times the experience when you kill something. And that's why people usually say, pick off the, wow, miss by Slark here in the pounds, but Ursa hitting you, you die very quickly. There's just a second and you're dead. Windrunner did get the shackle off, but it wasn't fast enough. And yeah, the experience you get is 2.5, and that's why you usually see people tell you to get the smallest creep because the gold stays the same. But getting the biggest creep is actually smart because he gives you more experience, and then that experience is doubled times 2.5.
Exactly.
And
So yeah, as good as a start as this Drow has had, she really doesn't have a good start at all anymore, because she's just constantly afraid of the Bat Rider, who still doesn't have a blink, so he's not that scary. And especially the Slark, who can be pretty much anywhere.
beautiful by Ancient Apparition. She's been throwing very, very nice ultimates this entire game. Picks up
Yep, and
Slark.
just really good coordination as well between him, the Sand King, and the Earthshaker, getting pickoffs wherever they see. But it doesn't help because the Drow range is just so afraid. The top lane is empty, she can go farm there. But instead she's scared and farms really low gold creeps.
And very slowly too. She doesn't have any lifesteal, so she really needs to pull them away and farm them very slowly and not get hit too much. And then she's really, really squishy.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter at this point. She just has to farm, and she's not farming because she's afraid of heroes that aren't out to gank her.
Yeah, we do see, yeah, when we're going to start seeing, I mean, Bat Rider is very, very close. Almost has his dagger, just in a matter of just one creep kill. Ursa, with his Vladimir's offering, they're going to smoke up and get Roshan, though there is a ward, a sentry ward here, so smoke's not going to be enough. And at the middle, we do see Ancient Apparition getting picked off by Slark here. So as the Radiant Heroes start getting their mid-game items up, Drow is just going to fall farther behind. And
Yep.
Slark, does he want Drow? No.
For just a moment, Drow was actually doing the good thing, which is as soon as ganks and fight starts, she's just on the lane, pushing it, trying to get the tower. Didn't manage to get it, but there's a good amount of damage, so next time she comes there, it's gonna go down.
Yeah, Bat Rider just really tried to get Earthshaker up on that ledge, but failed to do so. And an ultimate by Sand King, he actually gets hit by the arrow, and an Illuminate's gonna be enough to pick him off. Windrunner trying to run away, but a Bat Rider gets a double kill. And AA four-stabs himself out. It's gonna be enough. Pounce is here.
Is the leap gonna hit?
Pounce, come on. No, he missed it. But it's gonna be enough because Ursa was there as well. With those phase boots, he moves pretty damn fast. And that's gonna be mid-tower.
And there was a sticky napalm and she tried to turn around. It's something you just can't do. And then the Drow turn.
Drow
What was
forward.
she doing there? Why isn't she bottom lane, where no one is and lots of creeps are? Seriously, I just think that this player, I don't know who it is, of course, but I don't think he's very, or she, maybe? There's a heart behind the name, so I'll call her she. She probably isn't very experienced with carry roles, because really the mark of a good carry is knowing when and where you can farm, and that's just something she hasn't been doing all game long. And now she's running around with only 308 GPM, whereas the Slark is already at 400, and he's not even farming all that much.
Yeah, and like we said, Ursa wants Roshan, but they know, and everything's here. The ultimate comes up from AA, and Windrunner picks him off. Bat Rider, can he do something alone? He picks off Sand King. The arrow misses.
Sunken completely whiffs his burrow strike.
Illuminate hits so much on Drow Ranger, half of its HP, and Earthshaker as well. The silence misses everything. And Keeper of the Light's gonna... Is he gonna fall here? Slark is here, trying to get the AA. Four staffs in to get him, and Slark chases up. Bat Rider manages to pick off Sand King at the bottom, and Slark does get Ancient Apparition. Drow Ranger still attacking Roshan. She did manage to get him. Shaker's gonna pay, but they can't really. Beautiful shackle. Wow, beautiful shackle. But it's not gonna be enough to save Drow Ranger. She's so dead. And Windrunner TP's away. Drow Ranger, yay! In all that, you killed Roshan, got Aegis, and died.
Well, it's better than giving the Roshan away to the Ursa, or even worse, to the Slark.
I guess.
So, it's a shame that the Drow has to die for it, but it's better than giving it away to the Radiant.
It wasn't just the Drow dying, though. It was Shaker as well, and everybody else. Pretty much.
Yeah, but they got a few trades for it. How many did they actually pick off? Wasn't exactly counting.
I think it was pretty much.
They got the Ursa, they got the Keeper, and so that makes it a 2-4-3, I'm thinking.
Pretty sure, but it's still not in their favor. I mean, the Slark is getting bigger and bigger. He does almost have his BKB now. Well, he does have a Mithril Hammer and an Ogo Club. Now he needs the recipe.
It shouldn't take him too long if he finds a few Drow Rangers to gank.
A few Drow Rangers. It's sad but true. And TP out by Batrider. He knows they're coming for him, so he just backs away.
Actually, TP's bottom, so they can get a Drow Ranger, but finally she backs off just in time.
Yeah, and she does have a Morbid Mask. Yay.
Hey, now she can efficiently farm jungle creeps slowly.
Very slowly. Well, she's level 11, so that insane boost to marksmanship, especially when she's alone, there's no enemy heroes around, it's doubled. So she's going to have a much easier time farming up the forest. But still, it's too little too late, I think. And we do have in the middle Slark coming up here. Ultimate by Batrider on Sand King. He's dead. Ursa's stuck and manages to die. Slark with a BKB jumping up. Can't do too much. And the Keeper, Batrider. This arrow hits on Windrunner and Slark just comes up here. Mirana picks off the last hit with a Starfall. Windrunner buys back. Can they defend this tower?
And just look at how mobile the Radiant team is. They've got the Slark with the pounce, Mirana with the leap, and then a Blink Dagger on Batrider and on Ursa. The only one that's slow is Keeper of the Light, and he's got a Boots of Travel, so he's not that slow.
Beautiful Shackle on Slark, but he does have Dark Pact, and the animation stayed, but he just kept on moving after Dark Pact. It removes any buff, and stuns are buffs too, in some way.
Not any buff, but most of the buffs.
What doesn't it remove?
Rupture, among other things.
Interesting, I did not know that. I wonder if it removes Doom if you did it a second before Doom hit you.
Nope, pretty sure it doesn't.
Well, you know more mechanics than I do, and there are now 3 heroes, 3 of the mobile heroes you just mentioned, on one Drow Ranger with no TP scroll. She does silence them and then dies very quickly.
Yeah, tries to hide in the forest, but against the Batrider, no forest stands for long.
Yeah, Windrunner with that arrow manages to pick him off, and Slark picks off his SK with a beautiful pounce. Can they do anything? Earthshaker? Nope.
They go to Blink Daggers again. And that's a tower for the Radiant.
Yeah, again. Or maybe Batrider once more blinks in. Is he gonna get... No, he's fine.
Misses the bounce, misses the flame break, shame. But doesn't really matter that much. Still a free tower.
Yeah, and, well, Batrider with a Blink Dagger and a Force Staff is very, very scary. I mean, the initiation is the most scary initiation you can find in this game. And they got the tier 2 at the top. They're just going to go off with the two remaining tier 2s if they just push on ahead, because they're so far ahead at this point. If you look at the experience, 15,000 gold, 12,000. You can just push and finish this. A pounce misses. And the stun does not. An ultimate by AA is going to be enough. A stun coming in from the Earthshaker. And overkill with Sand King ultimate. But AA...
it just had a few seconds cooldown on his blacking bar. That's the downside of it being still high duration. Which is always ironic.
He buys back immediately. He's level 16 now, so he's definitely scary. Flame Break with a blink in. Doesn't ult anything. Earthshaker does ult himself with that Earth Shock. Echo Slam, excuse me, but that's not enough. Beautiful shackle once again. She gets away. Does she? No. Both pounce and a force staff in. Finally, Batrider ults up on AA. Slark is going to finish that job. Ursa comes in here. Drow Ranger running away, and Sand King is invisible. And he does pick off Keeper of the Light with a beautiful shackle by Windrunner again. And Ursa is going to stand there. Dark Pact again. And he drops. Easy peasy. Windrunner wants Batrider that is doing what exactly?
Stalling her
Yeah.
until
Slark comes in to kill her.
until XTT arrives and picks up the kill, which he wanted all along.
Wow.
So that's a team wipe, except the Earthshaker has already respawned. And at this point, what can the Dire really do? Sure, they have one of the best carries in this version of the game. But let's face it, her player is not all that good at being the carry. She's got way too little farm.
Yeah. Looks like everybody other than Keeper of the Light at the top of the gold per minute chart. This is pretty sad. And we have Mirana up with a Maelstrom. Even Keeper has Boots of Travel and a Mechanism. That says a lot. That says a lot. And Ursa doesn't have too much other than the blank of the phase boost, but he just doesn't need anything. Batrider now with Boots of Travel as well. It's just sad to see. And Batrider, let's see who he manages to pick off. AA. Both of the stuns miss. Ursa jumps in as well. But his Sandstorm's going to be enough for him to get away. No. Excuse me. Batrider is going to be the one to pick him off with that. Been on from before. That,
Yep.
Man, what's the name? I forgot the name. Firefly, that's the name.
Against a team like this, you're never away until you're back in your base, and probably even then the Slark can still get after you. It's just all that mobility versus, sadly, Earthshaker and Sand King, who still don't have Blink Daggers and probably won't get them in this game.
Yeah. It's a sad, sad story. But the Radiant team really utilizing their mobility very, very well. Slark picking up Ayasha as well, has a drum. He's so fast, even if you see him. And they can't
400
do
movement speed if you see him, perma haste if you don't. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah. It's pretty OP, some would say.
Some might say, but then those are pub stars.
Yeah, that's the thing. They've been called pub stars because they've been completely unknown, but they've been picked off by... Oh, we do see Batrider coming in here, picking off Ancient Apparition, killing him once again. He keeps targeting the same one. Ursa with a BKB, and one last hit. Yeah, does manage to get both of them. He does get the double kill. Earthshaker, 1 hit. 2 hits. Slark gets him. Windrunner really tries to run away. This is the flame break. Don't turn around. That'll take an hour.
And try to hit a shackle, but trying to hit a shackle already kills you when there's a Batrider on the team.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, even if you are in your base, the Slark can still chase you wherever the hell you go.
The Batrider can initiate you from the low ground very easily. It's just sad to see. Just sad to see. And yeah,
It's not all that sad to see. After all, it makes the VG guys winners.
Yeah. As I said, I remember reading about them. There was a couple of professional and a couple of professional players and sponsors that just picked them up from here and there, and they were officially formed as a team, I believe, in September. And they were completely unknown until G League. They've been doing a very nice job with the G League so far. Everybody thought they have no chance, and they managed to pass on from the group stage. Echo Slam does a lot of damage to everyone, but there's no follow-up whatsoever.
And now we're coming to the time where we just wonder, when are they gonna finish it?
Yeah, how long is this going to take? Well, I'll tell you with my amazing looking at the time that's right here. It's not going to be long. And yeah, as we talk, the G League, really no one thought that they'd make it past the group stage. And they managed a beautiful, it was today actually, today or yesterday was it? I lose track of time. So they managed a 2-0 on Tong Fu, which is
Yep.
very surprising. And they headed a three-way tie between Tong Fu, Vici Gaming, and MUFC. IG winning every game of that group stage. And well, then Tong Fu won against MUFC in the tiebreaker. And that's it.
Tong Fu also took their game back in the tiebreaker against VG, but VG took down MUFC, which means that MUFC is the lowest standing, and VG and Tong Fu go on.
And we'll have to see how they do in the round of 6 and later on.
Probably not as well, honestly, being completely honest. I mean, I'm not sure what team they're gonna go up against, but they have to pretty much repeat the great performance against Tong Fu, and then what are the chances of them beating the top tier teams like LGD or IG?
Well,
Probably not very high.
we've seen them do it, well, pretty much do it, and they can pull off amazing plays. Yeah, LGDs are scary. LGDs, both of them are pretty damn scary, and IG obviously being one of the scariest teams there are. But we'll see. They might be able to pull off maybe up to the quarterfinals, and who knows. We have seen pub stars rising up to stardom several times.
You gotta come from somewhere, and the VG guys are definitely showing that they're up and coming.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if in this G League they might not do the best, have the best performance, they're definitely one to look out for in the future.
Yeah, and hey, we've been right before. I mean, we said Fnatic EU would do well, and then they went on to win everything. If you remember that episode a couple weeks ago. So hey, if we manage to predict this one, if they win or at least get to the semifinals, I'll be very happy.
Yep, we can pretty much officially call ourselves Dota gurus. Dota
Prophets
prophets of Dota.
in some way or another. So as
I'll be the nature's prophet.
I'm terrible with Nature's Prophet. Yeah, anyway, getting a bit sidetracked, Dyer's Ancient is gonna fall very quickly. So that was game 2, and we have one more game for you today. One more game for you today as we hear this game ending. So, Slarks are awesome. That's definitely something we can learn from that game.
Yep,
And as
especially XTT's Slark hitting some really nice long range pounces.
And we're gonna see now if
Is it another Slark? Is it another Slark?
it's another Slark. We're gonna see
Yay.
CTY's Slark this time. It's gonna be an interesting game to say the least. And we're gonna see CTY's Slark. And the game is paused at this time. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah, I'm exactly at 5 minutes. We're gonna start
So
at 5 minutes because there was a pretty long pause. So 3, 2, 1, go. As we switch on, I'm gonna switch on to the free camera. So, as I said, we have a Slark on the Radiant team. That's CTY, and he's gonna go mid. Which is interesting for Slark to go mid. It's obviously good for him because he's gonna get the levels quick, and he wants that level 6 for as quick as possible. But he's not an amazing mid laner, really. And he's gonna go up against a Pugna. So Pugna deals a lot of damage, and Slark is very squishy. So we're gonna see how that plays out. And on the Radiant team, we do have Sven at the bottom lane here. Is gonna be pretty much support Sven as LGDG. Yeah, we have surprise visits from LGD guys here. Is going to play the Necrolite carry. And I say carry because Necrolite can totally carry.
Totally.
Totally. And,
Totally.
And at the top, we have a rather odd mix of a Tidehunter 1437 and a Wisp. And Wisp works with a lot of heroes. I don't think Tidehunter is one of them. Really.
Well, Wisp pretty much works with everyone, but yeah, Tidehunter isn't the best combo you can do with the Wisp.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And they're going to go up against an Ursa and a Dazzle. So Ursa, always annoying, but Dazzle's a good support. In general, a good babysitter. So we'll see how this plays out. And at the bottom we do have Sven chasing up on Nike's Assassin here, but he's not going to be able to get him. And we have a Tinker as well, who's just gonna... He just rushed a Soul Ring. I guess he randomed. So he just has a Soul Ring, and he's just gonna go Ancients. 100% pure Ancients. And
Yep, because why not? It's actually pretty fast, especially when you've already got a Soul Ring and you can pretty much do it forever.
yeah, and LGD, the Necrolight's just gonna carry here. And the Sven is gonna be support. And the way this works, actually, because you need to harass the offlaner. The offlaner is Nyx, which is melee as well. So it's easy for him to harass him. It's easy for Sven to harass Nyx. So it works, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, why not?
I don't know, that's just how I saw that one happening. Because it's kind of weird. You see a Necrolite and a Sven, and the Necrolite is the carry and the Sven is the support. Maybe I'm trying to find excuses.
You'd expect it to be otherwise, to have the Sven as a hard carry and the Necrolite just pulling so they can get a few supportive items, get a mecha eventually, and just be the support of the team rather than the highest CS on the team. He's already got 11 denies and 11 last hits, nicely
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
synchronized.
Yeah. At the top, we do see some pulls happening here, and Ursa, always scary from level 1, but that additional movement speed coming in from the Wisp to the Tidehunter is pretty damn useful. And they're just trading blow for blow.
Those hardly trading blows when Ursa's mauling your face off when you're just occasionally,
Oh, is there
going
going to
really
be
low
enough?
now.
And yeah, we do have a slightly premature, I'd say, Shallow Grave, but he does manage to get away. Or does he manage to get away? The tether? No, that's the first blood for Tidehunter. The tether gives him the movement speed. And 1437 with the first blood. At the
And he's
top.
already got a mana boots up.
Yeah.
Together with the Wisp means that he's got infinite mana right now.
Pretty much, and he's just gonna harass them very easily, both with Gush and with Anchor Smash. And Ursa can't do much.
Well, he can get healed by the Dazzle, so eventually he won't be taking as much damage and stuff from that.
Yeah, but Dazzle doesn't have unlimited mana. And yeah, the Shallow Grave is there, but it was kind of premature early. And well, we'll see. We'll see what happens at the top lane. At the middle, we do have Pugna getting Slark a little bit off. Slark, once he's level 6, he just hides, and then he's fine. But until he gets there, he's pretty squishy, pretty damn squishy. And a pounce, a beautiful pounce. He decryptifies himself, but it's not enough. Slark manages to pick off the B-boy, the Pugna. That's his name. And whoa, we have a really, really far away chase here. Sven trying to get at the Tinker. And the next assassin, and Necrolite goes in here, and he's so low HP, but nobody has mana, and it's not going to be enough. No, they're going to pick him off, and Tinker now wants him, but he can't get out. He's stuck. He's locked in by the Rage Creep, and Sven
Poor Tinker.
gets a double kill. Wow, that is sad.
Those treacherous creep waves.
Damn, that was so close. LGD, I keep calling him LGD. G was so low HP.
Yeah, and I was about to point out that the Slark was actually losing mid really badly, because the Pugna is actually leading last hits in this game. He's even above the free farming Necrolite. But then he turns around and just gets a kill at level 5, which is really what you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, now he's level 7 and Necrolite's level 5, but at the top, we do have, I mean, Ty died just here. We caught it the last second of it. He died here, so I guess it was an overextension by him. And Ursa picks him off. And again...
That, like one.
Yeah, Pugna, DG, going for Slark. But Slark's already level 6. He just, if he's just goes a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, he regens up very quickly. And you can't do much against that.
Goes for it and the pounce misses.
The pounce misses, yeah. And the 6-minute rune is at the bottom. It's a haste. And yeah, Pugna's just going to go for it.
Yep. I guess Slark is actually, once he hits level 6, he should be pretty good at rune control with the extra movement speed from his ulti.
And Tidehunter really wants to get him, but Wisp runs away, but the poison is going to slow him just for 1 second. It's not going to be enough. He does drop to, well, the creeps, I guess, and Tidehunter backs away. And at the bottom lane, we have Necrolite running for his life from a hasted Pugna. One last hit's going to be enough. Is he going to follow? Sven is here. Next Assassin has no mana. Pugna tries to get him, ult, but not enough. And hasted
That level 1 life drain, it just feels so weak at times.
Yeah, I never really liked that skill. It just doesn't do... It's not that amazing, really. And we do have... Nobody's level 6 yet, other than Slark, it seems. Yeah, Tidehunter just now is going to become level 6 and get up
And
his
the
ravage.
Necrolite's also level 6.
Yeah, the Necrolite as well.
It now, which I actually like more. I'm not sure. Maybe they should have done this from the start. Have the Necrolite mid and the Slark bottom lane, because he would have had just as easy experience there, but a lot easier last hitting up against the Nyx.
And a pounce up from Slark coming up to get Pugna. Very easily picks him off. The Necrolite also has a weird build. I mean, he did take 1 Heartstopper Aura and 2 in Sadist. And Sadist is... I have mixed feelings about it, but it really becomes useful at level 4. It's kind of not amazing unless you get nice last hits.
Personally, I just really dislike getting Heartstopper Aura so early, because in the early game, 0.6% of your total HP is not a lot. There's a Slark again.
Dazzle's gonna survive this, slows down, and not enough, but Slark is gonna pay for it. Pugna came in, and his ultimate is enough here. Wisp!
There's a Wisp with no one else.
Wisp jumping up, and the ultimate from Necrolite's gonna be enough, and the Wisp! One last hit! No, it does fall. So it's a 2 for 2, and it appears that Tidehunter almost died at the top lane and managed to pick off Ursa. So it's a 2 for 2 in the middle, and Ursa at the top.
Yep, thanks to that Ravage and a timely TP from the Sven, maybe? Or just running in. I guess his TP's off cooldown, so must have just run in there.
Yeah, Necrolite, I actually like Heartstopper Aura as early as you can, because it's just nice, and I don't really see a point in going for... I mean, I don't really like Sadist, but I guess it's questionable.
The best thing about Sadist is when you start getting into fights, if it's level 4 by then, you get amazing amounts of mana and HP regen whenever you get a kill on someone, which with the Reaper Scythe should be pretty much guaranteed. And aside that, it also, if you're in mid, it allows you to push the lane very easily with Death Ball spam, and don't run out of mana doing so, so that helps with rune control or with making sure the Pugna can't push your tower down that fast.
I think that if they'll turn it into... I think it needs a little bit, a buff, a very small buff. Obviously Ursa gets the Roshan, I mean, it's Ursa. He doesn't actually have Vladimir's, but he had Dazzle to help him out. Return to Necrolite. If Sadist would work on assists, at least in some way, if you're involved in a kill, because right now it's just the kill, if I'm not wrong. So
yeah.
if it will work on assists in some way, it'll be much more effective. We see Wisp coming in, Slark jumping up. Is there an ultimate from Titan? No need. Dazzle, one last hit. No, he actually makes it out, but will the urn be enough to kill him? Necrolite comes in here from behind.
Pounce will be enough.
Dazzle, the pounce will be enough. Nyx Assassin stuns everybody. And Slark is invisible, running away, but they do see him because of the tower. Nyx Assassin, Spark Carapace. Not going to be enough, and they do pick them all off. And back away. So they...
You got that Slark again, man. He's doing work.
Yeah, he's kicking some serious ass. And very lucky regeneration for him. And the Ursa seems like he's going to go for Vladimir soon. He does have his Aegis. His first Aegis, but...
Slark gonna find him.
Oh, crap.
He fights him.
Oh, crap.
Get him.
Pounce works. Well, that's going to be the Aegis. Let's see what more you can
Gonna
do.
be another pounce soon.
Well, the Pugna comes in here. Ursa, just turn around and fight. You're not going to survive this. Shallow Grave? No, Shallow Grave's on cooldown, and the ultimate from Tidehunter ensures the kill. Shallow Grave is going to go on Dazzle. Tidehunter. Oh yeah, Dazzle is going to die to a pounce, and Pugna manages to pick off Tidehunter. And Tinker finally stepping out of the Ancients. He does have his Boots of Travel, and he does have Marsh. So he's going to start being start pushing lanes everywhere in the game, which
Yep.
the Dire definitely need that help.
Yep, it pretty much shows how good actually farming the Ancient is if you manage to start with the Soul Ring. Without it, you can't reliably keep doing it, so the first few levels you just kind of stack them a few times and occasionally throw a march. But with the Soul Ring, you just do it constantly, and within 10 minutes, you've got yourself your boots of travel, and you're pretty much hunky-dory until a Slark eats your face.
Yep, very easily. I don't even think the Sven stun was even needed. And Slark once more, he's just patrolling the area, just looking for more kills. And this is actually the time for him to be, he's really strong, he's a bit over-leveled, and he can just catch the easy kills such as Tinker and Dazzle and Pugna as well. They're all very squishy, less than 800 HP. Easy for him to get those kills. And Haste gonna be up on Ursa. The Aegis is obviously down, and well, he needs to get that Vlad to be able to farm the woods with ease.
Or it just needs to farm the lane.
Or the lane, that works too. But if we look at the gold per minute, Necrolite carry, hell yeah, does have a 4-staff now, so his mobility is pretty damn nice. And following him is actually the Pugna in the middle lane, followed by the Tidehunter, the Slark, and only then the Ursa.
I'm not sure if I like this 4-staff on the Necrolite, because at the moment his main danger is the Nyx Assassin, and even though he's pretty underleveled and very underfarmed, a single Vendetta stun into anything from any other hero will pretty much kill him. The 4-staff helps really well against Ursa, just pretty much like he can demonstrate right now.
Oh,
Doesn't even
Ursa,
need to.
Yeah, Ursa just dies to Wisp. And Nyx Assassin,
There
like
goes.
you said, is it going to be enough? An ultimate for a Ravage comes in for Tidehunter, Nyx Assassin. The Wisp actually picking off the Necrolite and getting away. He ulted in, so he ulted out with them. Tidehunter is going to fall here to Pugna, but Slark comes in from the bottom to pick them off. Assassin is dead, and Slark is just going to be satisfied, or is he just going to be satisfied with the Nether Ward? He wants more. Pounce misses. Yeah, he's going to back off.
He could have easily hit that. But yeah, there was a big mistake made by the Nyx Assassin. He didn't mana drain or mana burn.
Yeah,
What
mana
is it?
burn. Mana burn, mana burn.
He did mana burn the Necrolite.
Pugna's staying around
died,
for
he
what
did.
reason?
Because
And
he's greedy.
he dies. Slark regenerates that HP very easily. Ulted up, and that's it. And in the middle, I hear a Necrolite ultimate, and he did pick off Dazzle. The Wisp helping him to get away here, but this... no. The Tinker is here. He does have a bottle now. And those marches are just going to stall them. But is he going to manage to get away? Yeah, Slark can't see him.
Slark really doesn't care about running through the march. He's one of the few heroes.
Sven being very easily picked off here by Nyx Assassin and Ursa as well. And the mid tower is going to fall as well.
Kind of a stump so far.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much a stomp. Tinker is going to be annoying and going to stall them quite a bit now with those marches. So they can't really push. They have to extend their lead. But it's just 5,000. It's a stomp. It's kind of a stomp in terms of kills, but not so much. And Slark managed to get away from all those heroes. Or does he? Pounces up in 2 seconds?
He's got his ultimate up, so he could easily get away.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He is very fine. Tidehunter ultimate, 30 seconds away, so it's not going to be effective.
His Blink Dagger is only 400 gold away. Or 500 actually.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Ursa can get a Vlad's, but he's choosing not to for some reason.
Maybe he's just saving for a Blink Dagger, thinking that he doesn't really need it for farming, and especially not for Roshan, since he's dead already. And Dazzle can keep helping him with that. And so what he really wants is getting the mobility to actually counter gank easily.
G diving the tower to hit another 2 times or so. And he's pretty low.
Oh, great way.
Nyx Assassin. Come on, you know you want to.
Easily get him.
Oh, the 4-staff. No, it's enough. The 4-staff hits. But the stun coming up from Sven. Everybody's here. Sven ults up, but runs away. The Ravage hits everything. ults up. He's Tidehunter very, very close to death. The Necrolite ultimate is going to pick off Ursa, and the Tidehunter dies as well, buys back immediately. We do have Slark jumping up here. Next assassin is visible. The stun from Sven will be enough to pick him off, and Slark takes off Invoker. Slark is going to... Does he manage to... Oh, he does manage to get away as Necrolite and Tidehunter pick off Pugna, and Dazzle's still alive. But Pugna bought back immediately. Sven, oh, the life drain, the stun, not enough. But Dazzle picks him off and dies himself to Slark. Slark came in from behind. What?
That shows some really clear difference in judgment right here. We've got a bunch of buybacks from the Radiant team, but every single one of them was with the heroes returning back to the fight and helping secure more kills. Whereas Pugna thinks, hey, everyone's buybacking, I might as well buyback as well. TP's in the middle of danger and gets picked off once again. That is not a very good way to use your buyback. Using it to secure more kills and get that tower, definitely worth it.
But he did get Sven, help get Sven. Dazzle managed to pick him off.
Yeah, but buybacking and dying again is never worth just one kill. You have to get a lot more than one kill.
Yeah,
and preferably they'll die again twice.
Definitely true. We actually saw a lot of buybacks from pretty much everybody. And here, they just dive the tower. Ursa is here, but... And the Necrolite Ultimate is wasted, actually. Tidehunter managed to pick him off. And the March is gonna delay them. They can't do much more. They have an easy time diving in, especially with that Wisp. And Necrolite very fast. 4-staff in. Slark, obviously, very mobile hero. And Necrolite picking off a Soul Booster here. Which is kind of... I mean, I guess he wants a Bloodstone.
Yep. There's nothing else you can make with that, so
yeah,
that's
wait, no, Bloodstone? Weird, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, just Bloodstone,
Yeah,
which
just
is a good
Bloodstone.
choice because he really needs to be more tanky.
Yeah.
Although by now, with this amount of health, he's pretty much unkillable even by the Nyx.
And the stun misses from Nyx, who does not pick up the Wisp, and he does die for it. Dazzle? Yes, he does manage to pick up the Shallow Grave. Is he going to get away? Is a little bit stunned by the Ursa, but it seems to be enough. He manages to get away, but he's back in, and the Ravage just misses him. Sven picks off everything. Slark actually gets the last hits here. And Dazzle's still kind of alive, I guess. Triple kill goes to the Slark. I think he's very close to that BKB that he's getting, I'm assuming, with that Ogre Club. CTY.
Most likely. It could be a Sanj for Evans Albert or maybe even Sanji Yasha, but that's a kind of odd choice.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But hey, they're putting in the work. If you look at the graphs again, 15,000 experience and 12,000 gold towards the Radiant. That's pretty damn painful. There's no towers down for the Radiant right now. They're all up. And the Tinker can't even do much. He can't even push lanes because he has to march in order to delay the Radiant. They're pushing all the time. They're diving all the time. And he can't actually push lanes.
He's pretty much doing the best he can. The problem for the Radiant team is mostly that the Ursa has nothing. He's sitting on 1400 gold again, but yeah, I think he really wants his Blink Dagger so he can actually initiate fights and pick off people much easier instead of getting constantly kited by Necrolite's Force Staff and whatever
other crazy movement they have, mobility that the Radiant team.
And then there's the Nyx Assassin, who also barely has anything. He's going for a drum, which might help him tank up, but otherwise it's really helpful.
Ursa is just gonna stand there and try and hit something, but he, as you said, he doesn't have much and doesn't manage to kill anything as he drops. CTY still godlike. That's just unfortunate. And they want more? Do they want to just jump in more? That March does delay them a bit, but they shouldn't have too much of trouble just jumping forward.
Honestly though, I think Tinker shouldn't be spamming too many of these marches on the very same lane. It's nice that you're delaying the push, but he's running around with 250 GPM. It's gonna take ages for him to get any useful items. And additionally, these guys are not gonna leave the mid lane if no one pressures them anywhere else. So
yeah, and they're just jumping, ravaging, it's everything! Picks up next assassin Slark with another double kill. Dazzle doesn't die to Necrolite ultimate with that shallow grave, but he is going to fall very quickly. Slark does Slark once more, pounce up, misses the Ursa. Ursa turns around, fights back, but Wisp is there and he thinks better of it. That's the fountain. What are you doing? It's 21 minutes.
it's a Slark, man.
What?
It's a Slark. You're not even safe in your own base.
But the Necrolite is there too. What is he doing? Those are 2-4 towers. Get away. What the hell? Yeah, the Ursa is trying. They're just going for the Ursa. Oh, here's a hero. Let's just go kill him. Even though it's not even their base. And the Ursa is actually in a big trouble. The pounce missed. But can he do much? And the Necrolite, is he going to fall? Yes, he does fall to Ursa. Finally. Necrolite buys back immediately. And Pugna is going to try and get Slark, but it's not going to be. Can't do too much. And the Wisp manages to tether away a second before the ultimate goes up. They're just going to heal up, buy anything? Or are they? Where's the career? Oh, the career is actually dead with the BKB for Slark.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, and he jumps up. He did get stunned with the Carapace and another stun, so he did not manage to get him. But Slark ults up, and pretty easy. Dazzle gonna fall very quickly. Sven is here, and he's pissed off. No stun though. Nether Ward being annoying. But other than that, they're just gonna pick off this tier 2 tower very easily.
Yep, that was the most premature BKB of the Sven I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna matter too much. Although they do have a March to run into right now, so...
Yeah, again, the Tinker's gonna do doing a very good job at delaying those pushes that are pretty damn easy for them right now because they're so far ahead for the Radiant team.
At least he's managed to pick up a Blink Dagger, which means that he's both a lot more mobile in team fights, and if he does finally start split pushing, he'll be completely safe in doing so. Even a Slark is gonna have a tough time finding him in between all of the trees.
And Slark picks off Hyperstone, waiting for his BKB. Is the career still dead? Yes, he is still dead. 44 seconds. So... yeah, like we said, if you look at the gold per minute graph, well, not the graph, the chart, we see that everybody's, the entire Radiant team is here. We have another engagement. Slark just jumps in, kills everything. Wisp actually gets the last hit. Necrolite ultimate goes up on the Ursa. He drops Tinker, spamming rockets, and actually managed with the March a second before the Necrolite pushed away. And Tinker with the Blink a second before he gets a bit of damage. Evade the Slark once again. The Dazzle, is he gonna make it? No. He doesn't have Shallow Grave. The stun from Nyx stuns up on Sven. And the missiles and the Tinker with the laser is enough. Wisp is actually coming in here. Ravage coming in from Tidehunter. It's gonna be enough. Tinker running away. They're just jumping in here, pushing more, and 1437 really wants Tinker, I guess, but Tinker smartly running to the trees. The hell?
These team fights are so crazy, man.
What are they doing? The tower, the tier 2 tower isn't even down yet. And
yeah, now that you say it, why the hell is that thing not down yet?
yeah, and Pugna, well, Slark decides not to try and kill Pugna because that level 2 life drain is a bitch. It's pretty much a bitch.
Yeah.
And there
I guess
go.
the fact that this tower is still alive is really just a testament to how good Tinker's March is.
This time, BKB's away. He just goes invisible. BKB's away. There's no vision up on anyone. That's not cool, man. Not cool. They need vision.
Well, they've had some dusts up, but Pugna is really poor now. Dazzle can't even afford any. Pugna might be is able to buy one pack of dusts, but
And dust
he really wants some more items.
It's not that effective against the Slark. And
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, Pugna manages to stay alive with the Shallow Grave, but no, Tidehunter picks him up. And Dazzle running again. Dazzle dies a lot in this game. Necrolite. Wow, it's enough. Tinker comes in. Tidehunter does blink in to kill him, but Tinker's here. And he does have pretty much everything. He's gonna go for it. Come on. There we go. Bruce is dominating. Go ahead, Bruce Tinker.
Yeah, this Tinker is definitely MVP. Too bad the rest of his team is least valuable player.
Yeah, the Knight's Assassin. Well, the Wisp has jumped a bit to the back, and the tower is still not down. It is gonna fall finally to the Wisp. Nice attack. Nice last hit, Wisp.
Yeah, this Wisp is rich now. Even the Wisp has managed to... The gold per minute, it's all Radiant.
Yeah.
Even the Wisp is ahead of the Tinker now.
That's kind of sad. But
That's
hey,
pretty sad.
the Dire team did manage to kill off all 3 of the Radiant. The big heroes, at least, not the supports. The Tidehunter, both Slark and everyone. And hey, Ursa is going to get that Roshan, though he still doesn't have a Vladimir, so it's kind of slow. Well, Dazzle comes in to heal him up, and even ult up. And the mech here from Pugna is going to be enough, I hope. Yes, there we go.
So that's one good thing still going to them. He's also got his Blink Dagger, so he's going to be able to be more useful in team fights. Although they really just have to get the initiations themselves between either the Nyx Assassin or the Ursa.
Yeah, wow, Pugna actually, the Nether Word picked off Necrolite, and Slark picks off very easily Pugna, and Nyx Assassin is still here. He's gonna drop very quickly to Sven's ult, to pissed off Sven. But wow, the Nether Word is doing the work, and Ursa is gonna pop the Aegis, and it's not gonna be enough for the Blink Dagger. Nope, he's dead. Very, very dead. Can't do much. And like I tried to say, experience 20k, gold 15k, more than almost 20k actually. Yeah, as far as stops go, this is kind of sad. 42 to 20.
Yep. The Tinker, meanwhile, is banking on almost 3,300 gold. But yeah, he's the only one actually still farming anything, because he's the only one that can safely leave his base. Except the Nyx, if he's got his ulti up.
They can't even stay in their base. They need to stay in the fountain. If you haven't noticed, we have 4 Radiant heroes in the Dire base, and Dazzle dies. Yeah, not your base Radiant, but they don't seem to care. Nyx Assassin is here as well, and the Pugna with the Nether Ward is doing a lot of damage actually. Again, Necrolite ultimate is being wasted. Nyx Assassin hitting up both of them, but it's not enough. So much HP coming in from Wisp.
Why did they Malapur in the Wisp?
The Ravage is there, and Ursa comes in after the Ravage to pick off Sven. Necrolite so low HP. And Tinker picks off both of them. Tinker doing so much damage from afar with those heat-seeking missiles. Ursa blinks up. And Tidehunter is going to fall as well. Still alive though.
I tell you, man, this Tinker's MVP.
Yeah, he's playing amazingly so far.
I hope it's clear which of us.
Especially if you consider what he's got to work with.
Hey, check it out. The entire Radiant team is dead. That's a team wipe. That's a team wipe after they were all here in the damn base.
Although it pretty much means that as soon as they get an early kill on the Tinker or just manage to pick him off while he's split pushing, the Radiant should just have free pickings at the Dire's base. And I think he's gonna go for a Bloodstone.
Yeah, himself. What I wanted to say is that Necrolite I saw earlier has an Orb of Venom.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I don't.
Let's go, Scotty.
But that's not the first thing you buy for a Scotty as a ranged hero. I
don't know, man. But Scotty on him would be pretty cool since all they're doing is chasing, really.
Well, yeah, it's an amazing item to get, but not the Orb of Venom first. It's
you
not
also
useless,
with
but
Scotty with the Soul Booster. You kind of need ultimate orbs for that.
yeah, that's weird. And Ursa jumping up here on Slark, but they still have no vision, or do they have any vision? Yes, the Pugna has a gem. They do see him, but it's not enough. There's so much HP coming in from the Wisp. Tidehunter is here as well. There's no ultimate. Dazzle doesn't manage to Shallow Grave himself. And he does drop Slark, just backing off a little bit to regenerate very quickly. And Dazzle drops again. Dazzle is always... Well, not the first, but he always drops. He always dies. At some point.
Yeah, he's kind of the guy you want to target first, so that his Shallow Grave can't untimely save someone.
Yeah, Slark has a Yasha, and Tidehunter is going for a Refresher. I'm seeing an Oblivion staff. I'm guessing it's going to be a Refresher here. Though...
It's been Orchid. What else?
Yeah, I don't know. I really can't tell anymore. Sven up with a Mask of Madness and a Chrysalis on top of his BKB.
But at least the Tinker is still alive. He's got his Bloodstone now, so they might be able to turn around yet another team fight and prolong the game even more, since I don't think they have a chance in hell of winning.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, the Radiant team just need to push. Nyx is here. Nyx is here, excuse me, but he doesn't have anything. I mean, a drum isn't much. And the Wisp even has a Ghost Scepter on top of his mech and his urn. Has pretty much everything a Wisp wants. And
I think he also wants a heart.
well, fine. Almost everything a Wisp wants. But yeah,
maybe
again,
a Venom.
and well, Tinker's just delaying them. They can't push into that Tinker.
Yep, but they can easily just split push.
But Tinker can split push too. I mean, he just throws up a march over here and goes up. I mean, it's split defending in your base. It's not a very far away road to go, especially if you have a dagger. And,
yeah, but like I said, all the Radiant really has to do in order to secure a high ground advantage and the win is pick off that Tinker. And if you push into 3 lanes at the same time, it shouldn't be too difficult for Slark to find the Tinker somewhere and just pick him off easy. If he lands a bounce, the Tinker's pretty much dead. He can't blink away, he can't laser when he's BKB'd. There's nothing you can do.
Well, we'll see if they manage to do that. We do have almost a BKB up on Ursa. He does need quite a bit of money, but he's just going for... Don't do that, Ursa. Don't just jump into people. He'll die. But he might be able to get a BKB, which will definitely help him attack things. He does kind of overextend. A bit premature Shallow Grave. It's going to end just as again, a Necrolite ultimate, just always wasted, always wasted. Tidehunter pick him off, but a Ravage finally hitting everything. Pugna dies very quickly. Dazzle dies very quickly as well. Nyx Assassin picked up the Vendetta, stuns up both of them. Very nice going, but Tinker throwing those.
Doing so much damage.
So much damage with those marches and everything. That's actually 4 heroes dead that Tidehunter managed to get away with a blink. But Tinker getting 4 kills. That's 4 Bloodstone charges just for him. Those marches, those heat-seeking missiles again and again.
Yep, but again, this is just the problem that all it's doing is delaying because he can't push by himself.
Well, he's finally finding a bit of a window to push the bottom lane and get the second tier 1 tower for the Dire team.
Yeah, but at this pace, it's gonna take like 30 minutes for this Tinker by himself to win the game, and by that time, there's no way the Radiant hasn't finished the game already. By that time, they can just brute force towers and not give a shit. So, as amazing as this Tinker's defense is, he's also going for a Dagon, so we absolutely love him for that fact.
Hell yeah! Definitely.
They ain't a Pubwatch without a Dagon, and now he's... That's fine, the Wisp isn't alive yet, so there's nothing to join this Tidehunter.
If 1437 stays here, Tinker's gonna kill him in a second.
If 457 stays here, then the Wisp is probably gonna know that the Tinker wants to kill him and gonna TP onto him together with someone else.
No, that doesn't happen. So never mind. We do have next, I think, for the first time in this game, actually, you know, scouring the Radiant jungle. Actually, any jungle. He's actually searching for kills. That hasn't happened. And G pretty much overextending here. The entire Dire picks him off very easily. Slark jumps into pretty much everybody. Ults up BKB. And Ursa just fights him. You can't kill me, a Barhood. He can't kill me with that Shallow Grave. And Nyx Assassin picks off Sven with the help of Tinker. Again, so much DPS coming in. Tidehunter does have a refresher orb, I have to say. Can use it, but he's just gonna die to a Vendetta. The Dire are finding those kills. Nyx Assassin is getting... Well, he's over level 16, so he's just from his skills are pretty DPS-y. And pretty nice burst damage coming for him. Tinker, with that Dagon 2 now, so much damage. 13 Bloodstone charges. I don't know, man. They're doing well.
Yep, but that was without the Tidehunter's Ravage, and the next time he's gonna have 2. So
yeah,
that was a really great fight, and they actually managed to fight it outside of their base, which in itself is already commendable. But whether they can repeat that, I really doubt it.
Yeah, Slark now with an Assault Cuirass. He does have a Yasha as well. So I don't know. I'm just happy that Tinker has Dagon.
As we all should be.
Yeah, and even if he dies, you know, 13 Bloodstone charges, that's very nice. I mean, that's going to get him back on the field, even without a buyback, very, very quickly. And the Necrolite Ultimate, again, is going to be not do much against the Dazzle. Slark is here, but he's up against 5. There's no support coming in from him. He wants the Dazzle very much, but his Ultimate's finally gone. And everybody's just blink upon blink, and he dies. He does drop. There's no deaths for them, and Sven and Wisp should get the hell out of there. Nyx Assassin did die and buys back. And
but again, there was no Ravage.
There we go, and Refresher, Kablowie, second Ravage. Managed to pick 2 of them off. Dazzle falls as well. Tinker, is Tinker gonna drop? Tinker finally drops. Oh crap, Nyx Assassin is still alive, but Tinker buys back immediately.
There you go. There goes your Ravage. It's too bad that Slark and Necro have to be dead when he finally gets it off.
Still, he killed everybody. Nice spot back.
Yeah, but that means that they probably can't push. Again, this Tinker's still gonna be enough to keep this fight going.
Yeah, but
is this game ever gonna end at this point?
They forced him to buy back. They did force him to buy back. So he only has Dagon 2 now. It's not 5 yet, you know?
Oh yeah, as soon as he gets Dagon 5, he's just gonna Dagon that throne down and...
Totally.
Only you could.
Yeah, Sven with a Daedalus now. So Sven is just as scary. I mean, it was a support Sven at the beginning, but you know, 40 minutes in, pretty much, he does have a BKB. And hey, they're just trying to contest it. Nyx Assassin is here, holy crap. He does manage to pick off Wisp. And no Roshan has actually went to the Radiant so far. Nyx Assassin still here. There's only Sven, and he's just running away. Tinker.
4 stops in, he can stun him.
Oh crap. BKB up on Sven. The stun is not enough. Wow, what a beautiful turnaround. He just picks off Nyx Assassin. And Tinker on the run. Pounces here. Slugs very fast. Tinker, can he do anything? No, that ultimate from Necrolite is going to be enough. And he does drop, and he cannot buy back. He cannot buy back for 40 seconds. That's a lot. Not a ton, because he does have the Bloodstone charges, helped him out, but still a ton. And the Wisps comes in alone, but still, it's an annoying Wisp. Pugna. Pugna is dead. Necrolite killing him. Ursa is here, though. Pounce is going to delay it. Slark, no gem for Ursa. He runs away. There is no stun. He just turns around and fights, but it's not enough against the Sven and the Slark hitting you. And he's dead. In the middle, we have Dazzle, run away. Why are you fighting? Well, he knows he's dead. Hell yeah, Shallow Grave gonna delay that death by 5 seconds.
Now the Tinker is alive, so he can turtle again.
Yay! Game goes on. Hell yeah.
The odds of it helping now are really slim.
No, this is gonna be it. It's not gonna be enough. Everybody is here. Slark as well.
He gets the Wisp.
He gets the Wisp. Wow, but a Ravage just for the Tinker, which is all you really need, and he does drop very quickly. Slark picks him off. Now they're all dead. Nyx is gonna be back, but they're just gonna they're totally able to pick off mid. Sven ulting up just to do that damage. Nyx is invisible, is gonna go for Sven. Stuns up all 4 heroes. Beautiful. Picks them off. And a Ravage with a Refresher is enough to kill Pugna. Necrolite picks him off with an ultimate. Nyx Assassin can't do much. It is going to be the Rax. They did manage to get Sven, and he
Hey Coco! Check Necrolite's item build.
What? 2 soul boosters?
2 soul boosters. It's a new meta game.
What? I mean, soul booster is one of the most effective items in terms of gold per what it does. I mean, it gives you a ton of effective hit points for not a lot of cash and a lot of mana that Necrolite needs, but that's still doesn't really justify getting 2 of them just like that, does it?
Nope. This is just G being G.
Okay. And that Orb of Venom, hell yeah. And Ursa wanted to take it. Thank you, Sven, but who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? It's gonna be... Actually, Roshan has been made by the Radiant, but Ursa got the Aegis. Ursa snatched up the Aegis. It was Sven with the last hit. And do they want... Well, Dazzle's gonna die again, but that's no surprise to anyone.
As he tends to.
Yeah, but hey, Ursa got the Aegis. That's pretty much all he needed.
Yeah, and most importantly, he actually gets away with it, so he's going to be able to use it in the next fight. Because there are still going to be fights. Just one mid-rax is what the Radiant really needed to break open the base, but it's not enough to win the game just yet. And the Tinker, he's still going to delay the shit out of those sieges.
Yeah, he now has the Bloodstones only with 6 charges, which is kind of sad. It was up to 13, I think, at some point. He has a Ghost Scepter, which is definitely going to help him, especially now with the Sven being so huge. But Sven and Slark is going to have a hard time killing him now. But hey, Necrolite, like you said, Necrolite is pretty tanky, I guess. Pretty tanky.
But in 25 seconds, there are going to be 2 Ravages up, so it's still going to be a very difficult fight.
Oh, crap. And hey, G is overextending here. But it's going to make it. Nyx Assassin, Soda, and the Ravages are going to come in here. Ursa versus Slark. I think Ursa kind of wins this. Is the Ravage up? Still not up. Tinker is delaying this again, putting up with so much DPS coming in from those. The stun. Oh, the stun is going to follow Tinker into the fountain. Tidehunter picks off Pugna. He does have both Ravages.
Oh god,
now.
that crit. That hurts so badly.
And Tinker is here. A Ravage just to get Tinker. Misses by an inch! Oh crap! And the Slug drops to Tinker. What the hell?
He tried to Ravage again, but there was another ward.
Oh, the Netherward killed him. Crap. And the Wisp is on the run. Wow.
How is this game not over yet? What the hell is going on?
Tinker, man. Tinker. He's level 25 now. Tinker doesn't care. He'll march the crap out of you. And hey, Ursa doesn't really have anything. Ursa doesn't really have anything. He did have the gem up for a long time, but now he has a javelin. So finally, something DPS-y coming in from him.
He's probably gonna go for a basher, which should take him just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Which is really gonna help doing exactly what you said, going toe to toe with that Slark and actually winning in the exchange.
Well,
Yeah, he didn't actually die that fight. He still has his Aegis.
Yeah.
So the next fight is gonna be just as tough as this one.
Well, Ursa 1v1ing someone, Ursa wins pretty much everybody except maybe on Nyx, I think. When the farm differences are huge like this, maybe Slark has the upper hand, but still, Ursa is... It's freaking Ursa. It's fucking scary. You don't man up to Ursa. He'll destroy you.
Yep, especially once he gets a bash and every single overpower he does almost guarantees he gets stunned.
Yeah, and there you go. That's the Skull Basher. And, well, if he manages to get almost 4K, that's going to be, you know, an Abyssal Blade, but that's far away. Very far away.
She gets picked off again.
Yeah, and Dazzle has the cheese, by the way. Dazzle is going to have to... They're going to have to really put in an effort to kill Dazzle. Because he's going to Shallow Grave himself and then cheese himself after that. So that's pretty cool. Dazzle might actually survive a fight. Have to see.
Yep. Although Dazzle surviving isn't really all that important,
No,
as long as he gets his weave off.
Again, yeah. The weave and maybe a Shallow Grave on someone that isn't himself, but we'll see, because he usually gets picked off. Sven actually picking off a Blink Dagger, a very late Blink Dagger. I don't think they need more initiation, but hey, maybe they do. Ursa being stunned up. That Shallow Grave saves him for now. Attack something? Well, Aegis pop. Nyx Assassin is here as well.
He was banished.
Yeah, he was probably banished. very quickly, but the Ravage hits! And Refresher's up in a second. Ursa's BKB, so he doesn't care. He's chasing up the Sven, manages to pick him up. Tinker, Slark is here. Another Ravage, Tyner solo, and that was...
Don't gush, don't gush.
Ghost form. Slark can't kill him. Sight under. He dies. Tinker's still alive. The ghost form. Holy crap, saved him. And the Slark dies too. Oh god.
4 kills on the Radiant, only 1 death for the Dire, only the next
I have to check the
assassin.
graphs. The graphs
How
are,
is this happening?
the graphs are still for the... That's 25k experience for the Radiant. And 25k gold as well for the Radiant. And the Dire's winning these fights. I don't get how...
At exactly the 47th minute, the tier 1 mid falls.
Yeah, that's good timing, man. They don't have a tier 2 yet. Now they finally have all the tier 1s.
And G really shouldn't be this.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows he has to defend right now because giving them access to their own racks would be the worst thing.
There's,
But then this happens,
yeah,
and
just jumps in, destroys them.
please don't tell me the Dire's actually going to win.
I don't know, man.
That would be really embarrassing.
Who knows? Who knows? It's just 25k difference. I don't know,
Just
man.
get it, man.
Nobody can buy back, I think. Actually, Slark can buy back. But he's just 20 seconds away, but he can buy back. Tidehunter won't have Ravage up for a long time. And, well, that's
yeah,
the melee
the
racks.
racks.
That's the melee racks, definitely.
Suddenly, the game's pretty much tied.
No, it's not. There's 25k gold and experience for the Radiant. It's not tied. It's just... I don't know how they lost it, but the Tinker is 1v5ing them, pretty much. Don't ask me how, but it's happening. Tinker is fucking scary.
Yeah, sure, but the majority of the goal difference is really down to the Pugna, Dazzle, and Nyx being poor as crap.
Yeah.
But all they got is the defensive teamfight utility and stuff like that. The Tinker, he's 4,000, almost 5,000 gold ahead of the Slark. 6,000 ahead of the Sven. The Ursa is all going on par with Sven. So we're in the late game and the carries are pretty much in favor of the Dire.
It's kind of weird though, because Sven is a pretty badass hard carry. He's level 25, he has his Daedalus, he has BKB and Mask of Madness. It's pretty much all he needs. And Slark is also super farmed up, has his Ultimate Orb, and the Yasha is going to very quickly have a Manta style. And a Tinker with Dagon 4 is pretty damn scary, and Ursa is also pretty damn scary, but still, in terms of carry potential at least, if you look at just the heroes, it's... I don't know how even it is, but it's not that big of a difference. They're pretty
Yeah,
damn
that's
close.
exactly what I said.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not big of a difference, and the supports on the Radiant do have a lot of farm, and remember, Necrolight's a carry too, so they
I don't think Necrolite carries all that hard with his...
Yeah, that build doesn't really work. And they murder Pugna, but he's alive because Shallow Grave, and Ursa's finally here. Necrolite almost dies. Slark, there's the Ravage, there's the double Ravage hitting everything. Pugna finally drops. Next Assassin is invisible. Dazzle actually had another Shallow Grave up. Ursa hitting up everything. No one has died yet! Oh, the Pugna died and then bought back. And now the Dazzle drops. Ursa going for... Ghost form is going to keep them alive. Tinker finally picking up the Wisp. Necrolite's still alive. Tinker picks up the Tidehunter. Necrolite falls to Dazzle. That was 1 because Pugna bought back to 4 again.
The problem really is the same problem that they've had all game long. They just can't kill the Tinker in these fights. His positioning is so good that they can't initiate on him, and then he just starts barraging them from the back with marches, rockets, and as soon as there aren't any stuns left, then he blinks in and starts Dagon 5ing people, and they just melt.
Yeah, and if they actually manage to get up to him, he still has a Ghost Scepter. And their DPS is Sven and Slark pretty much hitting you, so it just doesn't do enough. And Tidehunter, yeah, double Ravage is awesome, but not if Tinker isn't even hit by it because he's so far away and he's just bombarding with rockets. And hey, they're pushing mid. Mid-Rax, like we said, is down. They're now pushing top as well as mid. I don't know. It can still totally go both ways. If you look at the graphs, yeah, it has dipped 10,000 in terms of Radiant, but it's still 15,000 for the Radiant, and 20,000 in terms of gold. And Sven coming up here, almost killing up Ursa. So close to dying. One last hit would be enough, but... See, Sven hits them, and they almost all die.
Yeah, but it's only almost. They have to actually die.
But it's just Sven. It's just Sven, and this entire team is there. I don't know how these team fights just go so weirdly. I don't know. There's so many Ghost Scepters up, and Dazzle. The thing is, they focus someone, and then Dazzle Shallow Graves, and it just completely throws them off every time. Because
and by the time they stop focusing the guy who was shallow graved, Dazzle's Weave has already taken a massive hold, and everyone's got 20 additional armor.
Man, that Dazzle is just really useful. He dies all the time, but who cares? He just puts Shallow Grave on someone and completely disorients the entire Radiant team. And
yep. Now Ursa has a new Aegis, and he can almost pick up his Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, and Pugna's gonna drop, but it doesn't really matter. Or is he? Is he still... What the... He's still alive because the Ursa just came in there. On ultimate up, the Tinker finally drops, but he has 30 seconds on the Ravage number 2. Hits everybody. Pugna... No, he decryptifies himself and Shallow Grave, he's still fine, and Ursa just hitting up things. The Necrolite is dead. Aegis gonna pop. Tidehunter can't do much, and Pugna, getting that HP, does finally drop to Slark. And Ursa stunned up, but hits something. Slark hits Slark, and the Shallow Grave still can't kill him. Sven is super pissed off, but the Ursa, yeah, he does manage to get off Ursa. And next assassin very quickly dies to Sven as well.
But the Tinker's resurrected.
Yeah, that's the power of Bloodstone. Just come back very quickly, even in the late game. And Dazzle manages to pick up the Shallow Grave a second before
He's
the
also
stun
got a
hits.
sheep stick.
And he gets away. He got a sheep stick. Holy crap! When did he manage to farm so well? Nick spot
Well,
back
most
as
of
well.
all from the last team fight that they won. It got them almost 4,000 gold, I think.
Sven is dead. Tidehunter's dead. Tinker just comes back and destroys everybody. Wisp and Slark is running.
And meanwhile, the tier 4s of the Radiant are being brought down by the creeps that came in from the top lane.
Yeah,
You know what, Coco? I think the Tinker is going to win. Any other way, this Tinker wins the game.
It certainly seems like it. I want to check out a couple of things. Okay, kills, death, assists. Slark with 25 kills and 31 assists. And the Dazzle has died 17 times so far, which is a lot. The Necrolite actually has 40 assists this game, which is incredible. If you look at the hero levels, pretty much everybody's going to be level 25. Only the Necrolite and the Tidehunter aren't level 25 for the Radiant. Dazzle and Pugna slacking off behind. Other than that, everybody's level 25. And like we said earlier, net worth, Tinker, almost 10k more than the Slark. God.
And Tinker now has enough money for an Ethereal Blade if he wants it, although I think his buyback should be off cooldown, so really needs to save for that now.
Yeah, it is off cooldown. And he does have, he's full items, man. He is Dagon 5 and a sheep stick. That's all you could want for a Tinker.
Yep, and the Bloodstone to make sure he has plenty mana to keep doing it.
Yeah, with 14 charges now. Is there a gem? Actually, I really want to see the status of gems. Let's just open up the item tab. There is a gem on Dazzle, so they can see Slark, but there's no gem for the Radiant team to see Nyx Assassin. Damn his name. And Ursa with an Abyssal. Like we said earlier. So,
Yep, that's gonna be crucial to bursting down the Sven and or the Slark as soon as possible.
well, someone. Radiant, they're thinking of pushing mid, but they're just gonna lose. I mean, come on. The creeps are gonna kill it. They're all rushing back. The entire Dar is here. I think this is gonna be... This is gonna be that the Radiant can't even streamline for the throne anymore.
And there goes the Sven.
The BKB, yeah, the Sven just died. BKB Ravage, finally! And another one hits everything. But it's not gonna be enough. It only takes them, it does a lot of damage, but Ursa is huge. Tries to kill the Wisp, which is very tanky. And Slark gonna fall? Yeah, Necrolite picks off the Tinker. But the Slark falls as well. The Tidehunter is dead. The Wisp, Ghost Form, gonna help you for exactly those 4 seconds. Dazzle actually get the last hit. And Necrolite, GG. GG, an offensive GG, but yeah, Tidehunter agrees with him. GG, well played. Oh my god, lol, really, of course. I think the Tinker won.
I totally agree. This Tinker won the game against
Bruce!
LGD and Vici's M-City.
Bruce.
Vici City? City. That's why.
CTY.
I call him City, because it sounds
Like-
spiffier. Unbelievable.
Bruce? Bruce, you sly devil, you.
Bruce is a legend.
Bruce is just that was an incredible game by Bruce. I wish I knew if he was an actual person. I mean, like someone, because he just played amazingly. Hey, we were looking at Pub Heroes, right? At Pub Stars. Bruce, guys.
Bruce is a pub star.
Bruce is a pub star in my book, whoever he may be, and he has an awesome name. So, we saw Tinker apparently can delay anything forever, even 25k advantage of golden experience, somehow.
Yep. We also learned that in the game of GPM, Alchemist beats Doombringer.
Yeah, especially a Doombringer that doesn't even go from Midas. And we learned that Slark is fun. Slark is really fun to watch.
And we learned that as OP as Drow may be, you kind of need a carry player to player.
Yeah.
Otherwise, things may not go so well for you.
Definitely. Well, that's it for the 10th episode of Pubwatch. I just want to take this second to say that this has been awesome, and I've been really enjoying doing those Pubwatches, and Onin, same for you, I hope.
Obviously.
Yeah, so this is just incredibly fun to do. I hope you have fun watching it as well. So my name is KOKOStern. With me was Onin. You can follow him on Twitter at follow Onin. I'm KOKOStern. Just follow me at KOKOStern. This will be up on the YouTube channel as well. It's just KOKOStern for the YouTube channel and on the Twitch. We'd love it if you would subscribe to us. And if you want to contact me directly, kokostarncontact@gmail.com. And other than that, I guess it's Happy New Year's. And that's it. Onin, anything else?
May all your New Year resolutions last longer than 3 days.
That's a really, really good thing to say, actually. And with that, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.